Hello, I am Daniel Bloodworth. We are Easy Allies, and this is the Easy Allies podcast. Friends, we just had a very interesting episode here. Reminder, if you want that live drama, we are streaming this show on Thursday evenings.
Yeah.
Usually starting somewhere between 4:30 and 5:30.
Dramatic.
And tonight, the power went halfway out. We lost all our lights, but we were still streaming. Some outlets worked, some didn't. Mm-hmm. Don and I did a few recon missions to see what was going on with the neighbors.
They were half out?
Some of them were half out, some of them were all the way out. It was very strange.
I went to get a taco.
Yeah, got some tacos.
Chill.
Gabby got some chips.
Yeah. God, I love their chips and salsa.
Net positive, I would say.
Yeah.
Net positive.
I'd say so.
This week I'm joined by Michael Huber, of course.
Cobra Kai never dies, but our power does.
Michael Damiani.
How's it going?
In the control room, making it all happen, we have Isla Hink.
Hi.
Don is somewhere.
I don't know. He wandered off. I don't know
He had a hankering to microwave some
Wandered
pasta.
off.
I think he wanted
The
to-
beast
He
wandered
microwaved some
off.
pasta now that the
Where's
microwave
that
is
from?
back.
Avengers 1.
Oh.
Because
The
that was
beast
out.
wandered off.
That room was pitch black.
Yeah.
But the neon sign in the streaming room was fine.
The green room was pitch black, and Dodd was like, but maybe the microwave is still working.
But the crazy clock didn't go out.
Yeah, so half the stuff was working.
Yeah, it's very strange. Gabby, of course, is there.
Give it.
I was playing Stellar Blade one night, and my power went out.
Yeah.
And I guess I was like, I guess I'm not playing anymore.
And then you
know
get your
you were-
PS5 to yell at you when you come back,
It
right?
did
Yep.
yell at
Oh,
me. It
yeah.
beeped loudly. It was like, how dare you do this to me? I was like, it wasn't me. I'm sorry.
They, you know what? They're gonna yell at us.
Yep.
We've got in the other
Yeah,
room. They
every
probably they
system.
probably went out. They're probably gonna yell at us.
Yep.
Friends, we are here to talk about what's new, what's news, what we've been playing. We've got some highlights from Monday's ID at Xbox showcase.
Any lowlights?
No, we'll just move on. We'll just keep going.
Sweet.
If we don't, that means if we don't mention your game, it's a low light.
That's not necessarily
According
true.
to Daniel
No.
Faraday Bloodworth.
It's just one of the things that is not included, as well as the low lights.
I just like saying the word lowlights.
I thought about getting low lights one time.
Under your car?
No, in my hair.
Oh.
You're thinking of underglow.
Those are
blood.
ground effects or underglow. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had come up with your own word for it. I don't know.
No, it's a dark. It's like a highlight, but dark. You know,
Yeah, you should
low
do that.
light.
Do that.
No, I like my hair. I don't think I'm gonna putz with it. Although right now it looks really frizzed out, but whatever.
March sales report, we finally got that.
Hell yeah.
It's May, but sometimes it's just how the calendar
Yeah.
works out. We got our patrons top 10 fighting game specials. And then in terms of games, Don checked out that new Lunar Lander Beyond. Huber's been playing a little Phantom Fury. I finished another Crab's Treasure, so I want to talk about that more. I also started Herald Halibut, so I'll talk about that a little bit as well. But the best way to start a podcast was some game announcements.
Always.
So we'll get into this ID at Xbox thing hosted by IGN. And play this thing. This is we got a tease for this last week. This is from Q Games, Pixel Junk Studio.
I'm gonna have the sound on just a little.
One of my favorite
It's too
memories
cute.
of all time in my life, I had a roommate in San Francisco, and we co-opted Pixel Junk monsters all day, every day. It was the best. One of my favorite life memories.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
And this amazing song, yes, as Isla pointed out.
The greatest theme song in video game history, right here.
Well, and then 2AT also did it last year, which was great
Yes.
when they introduced. But yeah, this crazy thing where you're playing as like these Tetris-like blocks, and like Snipper Clips, there's some puzzles where you're creating a shape, but then there's these other things where you're like pushing stuff around.
Damiani is going to try to create a shape by himself.
They're like making a snowball, putting that down a hole.
They say this is a multiplayer game.
Yeah,
I can't wait to prove them wrong.
The opposite of Jolly Co-op. Damiani with like 4 controllers.
Yeah.
You're gonna,
Or just one. Let's go.
Damiani, are you gonna use your feet? Are you gonna get analog sticks with your feet?
No, I'm gonna like use the one Tetris piece to move the other ones very slowly and methodically.
Oh. But what
So
about when
find the
things are
cheese.
moving? You can't.
I will find the cheese.
Okay.
He will. He will.
Okay.
He will.
I will discover the cheese.
He's like a little mouse.
That's also coming to Game Pass.
Hell yeah, incredible value.
Great.
Nice.
Great value.
That seems unnecessary. That game will probably be like $15.
Sure. But I mean, this is an idea at Xbox Showcase.
Cool.
You know, so
Cool,
there
cool,
you go. Coming this fall, 2024.
Nice.
Yeah. Really excited for that. Also, really excited for this next one, Promise Mascot Agency. I don't know if you guys got to check this out.
No.
This is one of those games
Paradise
where,
Killer, though. That's Isla
Yeah, I
bait.
love that.
Exactly.
Kumi Nakamura.
And there's your side of it, Hubert.
There we go.
Exactly.
Is this the one she was like hiring up for?
No, that's a different game.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're assisting the Paradise Killer team on this. Hubert, you play as a disgraced Yakuza who's been like relegated
Yeah, dude.
to run like a mascot shop.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Outrage.
Gabby mascot.
Outrage vibes. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, and they say
Sauna
they
team.
show Yakuza legend, but then you just see him with a broom. And then there's the mascot who's your like manager is named Pinky.
Looks like what's his name from Persona? Teddy.
Right.
Except
Yep.
it's a severed finger.
Tofu.
Yeah,
That's a nod.
So you go around town recruiting these crazy mascots and doing stuff with them. And then look at this. This boss battle is a doorway. The
What?
doorway
Normal-sized
is too
door.
big for the mascot.
Hilarious.
Also, these things are like actual like living sentient things. They're not people in costumes. Quote, as we all know, mascots are living creatures that have coexisted with mankind since the dawn of history. Mascots have their own hopes, dreams, and desires, and you'll need to negotiate to recruit them. Some mascots want money, some want fame, some want a rice ball from the local convenience store, and some want to see the entire world burn to ashes in purifying hellfire.
Grief.
So it's like Shin Megami Tensei.
I don't know what it's like. It's like a Yakuza minigame, like blown up to a full-on thing.
It's got like Deadly Premonition vibes too.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
You saw that truck driving around, shooting the mascot out things like it's a missile,
Yeah.
getting wings out of nowhere.
If the jank is good like Deadly Premonition, it'll be excellent.
Needs a good jank. Okay.
Yeah, it needs good jank.
Yeah.
What else is there? You saw a shot of this with the boss battle with the door. There are hero cards that represent a variety of characters that you use in boss battles and stuff.
30% of the viewers just checked out of the game when you
With
said that.
tactical
just so
card
you know.
usage, a mascot
Yeah.
can overcome any challenge and win hearts and minds and a healthy paycheck.
30% of people were like, I'm out.
Akuma Nakamura, as well as Mai Matori, who is a concept artist that's working with Unseen as well.
Matori.
They're assisting Kaizen to design and develop the world and characters, working to create a unique Yakuza family, a repurposed love hotel, and a cast of memorable, occasionally horrific mascots.
Sweet.
Also, music. Promise, that's another thing. We didn't have the sound up on that one. There's good music in that trailer as well. Promise Mascot Agency features a soundtrack from 2 composers. Firstly, Irish musician Alpha Chrome Yayo, whose real name is Peter McCowan, who's been self-releasing a vast catalog of diverse genre-twisting albums since 2018, as well as Japanese industry veteran Ryo Koike, who worked on Resident Evil 4 Remake and Ninja Gaiden 2.
It's good music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
So, yeah. That game,
One to watch.
definitely.
Sleeper hit.
Keep an eye out for
Next
that.
year, though, that's a waste.
Paradise Killer. Devs.
Loved Paradise Killer.
That is a ways away, but
Play
Keep
this,
it in the back
Huber.
of my brain. I cannot wait for this. My God.
Here we go.
2 episodes, I think, is so genius. I love that.
Yeah. So
That
so
is
this is
freaking genius.
this is the new Don't Nod game. This is Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. This whole
Here we go.
This whole trailer is basically like a home video.
Yep.
Because the way that this is set up is these school friends from 1995, and then like how 27 years later, they reunite to confront the dark secrets that made them promise to never speak again.
Someone was
Dude.
murdered, dude.
Something's
Yellow
going
Jackets,
down.
Yep. Yep.
This makes me think of
The Good Son.
well, and it also
The
makes me
good
think of I Love My Daddy from the very, very intro of Shattered Memories. The little VHS thing.
Yeah, the end of the trailer, like Swan, who they said now is the lead character. She says the thing, if you find this video, it's because I'm dead. But then she laughs, so it's like they're just making a jokey video,
Yeah.
at least at this point.
Yeah. At this point, exactly.
At this point.
Before all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm into it.
Cannot
We saw a trailer for this before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not the first trailer. But
my
now we
God.
know it's coming this year.
Yes.
The other characters are named Nora, Autumn, and Kat.
Nora.
Here it comes.
And like Huber said, it's releasing in 2 episodes.
Ooh, it's so good.
Quote, a natural break in the story means
Yes.
that players will be able to start discussions,
Yes.
share theories,
Thank you.
and eagerly
Thank you,
anticipate
Don't Nod.
the next part in the story.
I appreciate that. I appreciate actually like playing and thinking about a game instead of just devouring and consuming it and
Yeah.
moving on to the next. So thank you very much. This is absolutely, I'm so excited about that.
We could try to get Elise in here for a spoiler.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Heck yeah.
Double spoiler mode.
Yeah. Yeah, the natural break is so cool because then you can really discuss about it with people who played it.
I'm
and
curious
then just
how
like
much of a break
theorize
they're going
about.
to give. Is it going to be a week, 2 weeks, a month?
I think maybe like a month or 2, honestly. I don't know if it
2
will
months
be
is
like
too long. 2 months is too long.
I hope it's
A
not
month
like
the most.
I hope
Okay.
it's not like the second part won't be done yet.
I don't
know?
think so. I don't think that's the way. I
want
think it's just
them
going to be
both
released separately.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's a few weeks at least. Like, let me just sit on it for a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super cool.
Sit on it and spin off.
I can't wait because Don't Nod's been making a ton of games and now they're going back to their roots. They kind of. It's weird whole saga with Life is Strange and Don't Nod. Like, did they want to leave? Did they get pushed out? Like, what is. I feel like there's more to that story than we know.
Maybe.
And now they're kind of just like doing their own Life is Strange. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe they didn't want to have to try to deal with the
Constantly.
constantly and like having to like have whatever connections and stuff like that, and,
Yeah.
like,
Now they can just do their own.
there is a little bit of like where the Life is Strange brand has gotten to try to be like, yeah, like
They're trying to put it in a box.
They're trying to like
for
play
sure.
the hits, a little bit.
Life
there,
is Strange is
like, let's go back to Chloe again, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel that.
Whereas I think even with Life is Strange 2, Don't Nod, it was kind of like, no, we're gonna do something different
Hell
this time,
Yeah.
Yeah. Astor, Blade of the Monolith,
Astor.
which is actually a rename. This was previously called Monolith Requiem of the Ancients.
Good name change.
It's a good change.
Yeah.
That's a good change.
This game is cool. It's an action adventure game.
Some Damiani bait.
It's got some rough parts in this trailer, but this is from a team, C2 Studio in Colombia.
Cool.
And like, we don't get a lot of teams out of Colombia. Like, we got Chris Tales, and those guys are making. They made the Lunar Lander Beyond as
Nice.
well, which Don's going to talk about here in a second. But yeah, there's not a lot of Colombian teams out there.
Cool.
And they've.
This looks like an epic Bloodworth. Jeez.
Yeah. They say you get 4 unique weapons. You master dynamic skills and combos.
Dude, that
Summon
spear is
powerful constructs. Craft your own combat style. This one's coming out end of the month, May 30th.
Whoa.
It's right around the corner.
Wow.
I like the look of the protagonist. Looks
Yeah?
cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the design of it.
Cool looking boss fights too.
Cool.
Yeah, you get quite a lot of different things going on in this trailer.
Yeah.
Like you see the different weapons, you see a lot of different environments, you see those big, like
Blade of
power
the
spells.
Monolith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is called Xenoblade. Oh, that's taken. Damn.
right. Yeah, I think there's definitely some inspiration there, but it is more of an action game, it seems.
Yeah.
Huber.
Yeah, dude.
Here we go.
Hit me.
Commandos
Hit me. Yes.
Origins.
Yes. Yes.
Commandos.
We just got a little teaser from some alpha footage.
Oh yeah, this is a Huber
Oh,
game.
dude, Commandos is my youth, man. It is my childhood. We all have those games we were born with and grew up with. Commandos is one of those series. I love this franchise. It's been gone for a while. I know they just did like a remaster of 3, I believe it was, or 2, or maybe even all of them, but I love this series. It's basically like a Dirty Dozen type World War II. You got your Commandos team, and you're going on insanely dangerous missions behind enemy lines. That's the premise. Each of your soldiers has their own special abilities. You got your sniper, you got your mechanic, you have your green beret. They're so fun. They're very challenging, but I'm excited for it to come back. And what a beautiful way to come back with origin story before it all. Start there.
Yeah, and if you weren't watching the footage, this is basically like top down. Looks like, if you look at it for just a second, it looks like a strategy game, but it's actually kind of more like Desperados or something, right? Where it's
Sure,
like it's more
yeah.
of a stealth.
Desperados and Shadow Tactics or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So watching vision cones, sneaking around. Yeah, definitely not a guns blazing type of situation here.
Yeah, so the characters they mention here, Jack O'Hara,
Tiny baby.
the Green Beret,
There he is.
Thomas Hancock, the Sapper.
The Sapper's so awesome. Yep.
That's coming to Game Pass.
Is Hancock the sniper, right?
I didn't write down everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's coming to Game Pass.
Cool.
PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Awesome.
Many paths to victory. The detailed, varied, and interactive environments offer multiple approaches to reach your goal. Sneak, climb, drive various vehicles.
Francis T. Woolridge is the sniper.
Woolridge. Oh, I loved Woolridge.
Or
'Cause
hide
you would
and
get,
creep
like-
your way to success.
Nice. You would get like 5 sniper rifle bullets for like the
Yeah.
entire mission.
Got it.
And it was like, okay, I need to use these so sparingly in like the best scenarios. Yeah.
Kittredge.
You've never seen me upset.
2-player, co-op,
Nice.
Oh shit!
split screen or online.
Whoa, cool. That's amazing.
I'm in, Huber. I used to love these games.
Oh my God. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yep.
And I think you're gonna love this, Isla, right here. Play this.
Oh, dear reader.
Centum. This is some like creep
Oh.
show,
Oh,
point and click
Yeah.
adventure.
Yeah, this is my vibe.
gods are merciful. Who are you?
Yeah, but the whole premise here is it's an unreliable narrative.
Class.
So things are not what they seem.
I like these graphics.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
visuals.
good pixel graphics, like a good old school adventure game would
Like
have.
a good neighbor. Stay firm.
Oh yeah, they were cleaning the windows there with their cursor turned into a rag.
Classic high octane gameplay shit, man.
Yeah. But they say in this game, everything, characters, objects, even
Whoa.
the world itself, may be a lie.
It's just one big LSD trip.
Jeez.
Can you find a way out? Do you even want to?
You wake up in the like modern day in your
Red
bed.
Racer?
Yeah, there's some crazy like driving thing there. There's a cat that splits into a bunch of teeth. I don't know what that was
This
about.
is crazy.
You see like a whole desktop going on.
This is a game where spoilers actually matter. I don't want any spoilers on this. This is crazy. I wonder if there's like a big twist, like I'm thinking of Immortals and Doki Doki, or not Immortals, Inscription
Inscription.
and
Yeah.
like Doki Doki, where there's like some big flip or twist.
They say ever shifting, making each playthrough its own unique labyrinth.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I think those choices could have some very big effects. Who knows?
Cool. Very cool.
It's wild. I like it. I also like the other Serenity Forge game that they brought to this, Key Locker, turn-based cyberpunk action.
Cool.
This is another trailer that was very well held up by its music. They had a song just belting out through this whole trailer. But yeah, cyberpunk JRPG from the makers of Virgo versus the Zodiac, which I know nothing about.
Same.
Never heard of that game. But it looks pretty cool. It's got kind of like a bit of a hex kind of grid system going on the battle screen. But it also says it draws inspiration from Mario and Luigi RPGs.
Oh, interesting.
As well as Chrono Trigger. And in this world, music has been outlawed.
Classic.
That's messed up.
And so like you play as a musician, and there are like rhythm game elements to the combat.
Cool.
Oh.
So you do like a little combo rhythm section when you're fighting enemies. So definitely has some like Mother 3 kind of vibes in there as well.
Yeah.
A juke bot. That's funny.
Seamlessly blends the charm of physical comedy with the depth of storytelling and challenge of strategic mechanics. With a genre-bending fusion of JRPG, narrative, and rhythm elements, Key Locker promises an unforgettable experience. That's a big promise.
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable.
You will never forget it.
Huber. Rewarding social interactions.
Classic.
Build relationships with diverse characters from various backgrounds through meaningful interactions and gift giving.
Gift
Delve
giving.
into romantic and platonic connections, shaping the narrative through your choices.
We know what Bloodworth's doing.
Not the romantic stuff.
This is coming out in the summer on PC and Xbox. But yeah,
Cool.
it's looking good. And like I said, go back and watch this trailer with the sound up, because good music, what you want when you have a music-based game.
Sweet.
And alpacas at the end.
Looks sweet, Blood.
I didn't put the trailer on here because the trailer was kind of nothing. But just a quickie, the Jackbox Naughty Pack.
Yeah.
Dawn is
Great.
already uncomfortable.
3 M-rated party games.
Dawn is
yeah.
out. Dawn is hard out.
I'm hard
So
in.
they had that one, you had to like guess like statistics, like, you know, they'd say like what percentage of stuff, like I hope they go there with like sex stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna get crazy.
That's generally my hope with sex stuff.
I think it'll be funny to turn it on its head, though, for like people made all the dirty jokes when it was like trying to be all innocent.
Right.
yeah.
Tried to make it as clean as possible now that
yeah.
there's some dirty jokes.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Bud. That's pretty good.
That's my thing, though. Like, very similar with like Cards Against Humanity, which is a game for uncreative people.
Shots.
That these things are
Unnecessary
funnier when they're
shots.
not being overt, you
Right.
know, generally. So I wonder.
Yeah. Next is
Cards Against Humanity players just got a big stray.
Next up is one we've seen a few different times, but this trailer actually I think was showing me more than we've seen in the past. So Sulfur is back at this show, and before, like when I played it at Day of the Devs and some of the things we've seen before, like they focused a lot more on like the underground and going into these caves and exploring like, you know, different biomes in the caves. But like this now, like we're seeing lots of guns.
Yeah.
We're seeing dudes in alleyways and streets.
It's
and
crazy,
like
dude.
all over the place.
Let me play this now.
It's not that far off, actually. I
Dude.
don't remember how soon it's coming out, but it's pretty soon. Yeah, there's just like all kinds of stuff going on. They show some of the loot.
Yeah, loot, a
all
full
that.
economy. There was like a shop and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, this game has a lot, and I remember like when I played at the Day of the Devs, and like this is cool, but like there's actually like more here than I can like get properly in a demo.
Yeah, yeah.
setting, you know, like 30-minute demo, and there's
This
all
trailer
kinds of stuff happening.
This trailer gets you in because you're like, oh, shooting weird things, and then you get into it, and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
inventory management, economy. Anything else you remember?
just like the
So, like,
fact that,
crafting or-
there's a
Yeah.
lot of modifications and stuff on some of these guns. Like you see it
Okay.
kind of towards the end where they slap a whole bunch of things on a gun.
Red Sky says Steam just says 2024. for this
Okay,
one. It
yeah.
reminds me of that game Eldritch. Do you
Oh.
remember that? Where you were like going down a
Yeah.
thing and it
We-
was sort of like this?
I don't remember.
But yeah, I think that's the thing before. Is like I just saw like fighting cute little goblin guys in caves.
Yeah.
Is what I remember playing, and then then I saw this and like, oh, there's all kinds of dudes all over the place. So
Yeah.
something's gonna break out there.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
Next up is Farah, the Sundered Tribes.
Oh, I thought it was Terra.
This is from Massive Damage. This one I liked their presentation
Oh,
because
this is the Zelda game.
they had the dev actually kind of talk through it. And it's interesting you say Zelda because this is more
Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Monster Hunter-ish actually.
Oh, I just see the
Yeah.
diving, and I'm like, oh, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry. But yeah, it looks
Love
way
a good
more.
Monty Honey.
Yeah, so you kind of go from like your safe floating island down to the land below where all the monsters are hunting out. Cool. They also say there's like a tribal colony sim, so there's some stuff going on with like you building up the village. Don't know all the details there. And they said heavy focus on the aerial mechanics. And so you can see here, it's like Spider-Man 2, like not quite as smooth as Spider-Man 2, but you've got the tether
Yeah.
to like zip and then glide
Zip.
with the wings.
Yeah.
But then you can just dive in on a monster, start harassing it. And what they did here, which was interesting, is and then some of the monsters have like a lot of like
Jeez.
bullet attacks.
Yeah.
So you got to watch out for that as well as them rolling over and breathing fire and all that kind of thing. But what they did was the friends were keeping the monster's attention, and then the main player went and grabbed an egg of theirs. Then you take that back up to your village, you raise the egg, and now you have one of the monsters on your side that will fight alongside you, like Pokemon.
This looks like a
It's like
lifestyle game.
taking steps and hatching a Pokemon. All right.
Yeah.
Except this is like a Pokemon that actually runs around in real time in the world with you. So
They've done that before, Blood. You have
Sort
a
of.
Pokemon running around with you.
sort of.
Yeah, they do.
Pokemon Yellow.
No, not that far back, but you definitely have a Pokemon that run out with you. Give them some credit, Blood.
But yeah, as a party member, fighting stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what the hell they can do. But that's coming later this year. Huber, you into this? Tales of
dude.
Iron 2, Whiskers
Yeah,
of
dude.
Winter?
I haven't finished the first one, but I played it and it's sick. It's like Soulsy, side scrolly.
Oh.
Yeah. Tales of Iron 1's a little old now, so I'm just surprised we're getting another one.
The visuals kind of remind me of like Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah.
The big, thick lines and all of that. And
Totally.
just very, very gritty and dark.
Yeah. Really hard boss fights.
And
Like
extremely
challenging.
violent.
Yeah. Yeah. Really graphic. Yeah. Super cool. We're getting another one. I got to go back and finish the first one. I only played for like a couple hours.
And then
Have they
Huber-
said what's up with this one? Like,
is Doug Cockle like actually like narrating the game, or is he just narrating these trailers?
I forget if he's in the first one. I don't remember. Because the first one's old now. Is that like 6 years ago?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know
5 years
how
ago?
long it's been. I don't feel like it's been that long, but you lose track of time. So
Yeah. Yeah. What have they said is different on this one?
they didn't really say much about differences. I mean, there's definitely like a lot of crazy creatures in this trailer. Like they're
Yeah.
fighting like a porcupine and like a giant frog and a chameleon and like these huge bats.
Yeah.
Look crazy. They say you're uniting clans, rebuilding the city. And then is just the trailer line, but the stronger the light, the darker the shadow.
Cool. Some Gandalf shit.
But yeah, I've never gotten into these, but
Yeah.
it's,
I will be playing
some crazy stuff.
100%.
how is
Nice.
how is that combat? Because it looks like real time combat, but you're side scrolling.
I remember having issues with it originally, just kind of like those moments where you're like, it feels like I couldn't avoid that or like do anything about getting hit there from enemies. That might have just been on me at the time though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sick.
Cool stuff.
Tales of Iron 2, dude.
Next up, Dungeons of Hinterberg. This one was interesting because I actually grabbed a trailer that was not from the showcase. They put it out the same day because the showcase they showed just like one dungeon and then kind of like doing different puzzles and stuff in that dungeon.
Cool
Whereas
sword.
this trailer to me did a lot more to like show like the full scope of the game.
Yeah.
And like and actually made me a little bit more interested because this has like a pretty cool comic cell shaded style. It even
the
has
visuals.
like the kind of like the
Minecart.
comic print effect on it.
Halftone.
Yeah, halftone. There you go. And just like lots of different environments and city spots and just a lot going on there. But it seems like the dungeons aren't just about like combat and leveling up. There's
Getting kind of a Moonlighter
lot of puzzle stuff in there. They were doing stuff with like little portals and like you could like
July 18th. Whoa.
coming up.
create. You could create like blocks and stuff, like these little like jello blocks to climb on and get up the ladders and things like that.
I like that the colors didn't stay pastel. Like there were areas that were more saturated and they look quite beautiful actually.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's like the thing that they had in the showcase itself, like the whole level was just that level was purple, and so like this level is like okay, there's a lot of different looks and places to go.
Gotta show off those diverse environments.
Hell yeah. It's all
Call
about
you
it.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard thing because like I definitely do want to see just some straight gameplay like that and understand how the game plays and not just a bunch of quick cuts.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that they put out both of those things on the same day.
Totally.
And then so they call it a single player mix of action RPG and social sim set in the Austrian Alps.
Yeah, it reminded me of Moonlighter a little bit. Like you're going to the dungeons for work purposes. It almost seemed like
Yeah.
it was her job or something.
Yeah. And that's July 18th.
Cool.
Next up, Vampire Survivors back again.
Damiani.
The laboratory update. Shadow
much
drops
in this
on
game.
Monday. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what I played today.
Is that what you
Laboratory. Oh, I played this level. Okay.
Yeah, what do you think, Damiani?
Holiday theme? Question mark? Like why?
Yeah, this trailer is
Yeah.
so insane.
So there's a train that comes in on those tracks. Okay.
That is
Oh my
cool
god.
looking.
Wait a second. I didn't see that on that level. How do I do that? And there's race. Oh, okay. I guess I missed something on that level. There must be a secret. Because it's like a Umbrella Lab style stage where you're just like going through hallways into like lab rooms and like the items are hidden in the lab rooms and the monsters just coming through the corridors. And then there's like a way up to a train track. I'm like, why would I want to stay in here? Like this seems now I get it. All right. I got it.
Nice. Damiani's going to go back to that trailer and get some tips.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just a train and all these numbers flying. Like, what the hell?
But that's not everything. But that's some highlights. But some good stuff for sure.
Yeah.
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 It's crazy how many indie showcases we're getting.
I
They even
know.
had like a rerun of III where they like just did a
Wow.
montage of III things that are coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
But it was like but basically like just like a cut down of that showcase.
Indies
Within
like
this showcase.
seriously the backbone of this entire industry, and I know we've been saying that, but as of the last couple years too, as like AAA releases have kind of slowed down just a little bit, so
Lots of
so many
games.
games always coming out, awesome.
All right. It is time for that March sales report
Oh, baby. Let's go.
from Matt Piscatella of Circana. There's a lot-
Dodgers hater Matt Piscatella.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Dodgers hater.
What happened?
From
Wait.
paradise.
What happened?
He just posts like the Dodgers losing and gets great joy of it.
He's in San Diego.
Yeah.
He plays like 1,000 hours of MLB The Show
Yeah.
every year.
Just the Dodgers will lose and he'll post like good.
good. Oh no, poor Hubert.
There's a few interesting things going on here. first of all, just overall spending gained 4% in March versus a year ago. A lot of that is from mobile content spending grew 15%. Meanwhile, spending on hardware went down 32%.
Everyone's saving for the
but,
pros and the Switch 2s.
Yeah.
No, did you
Maybe.
Did you see? Because Piscatella also replied to that AMD CEO's statement about all this too.
Yeah.
They think the console market is like in like a recession, shrinking. That's like things are not going well for consoles right now. For just seeing like. Yeah.
Damiani, my counter to that is always like, of course it's going to slow down because so many people that want those have those already.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what Damiani's saying. Piscatella replied and he's like, well, the Switch is at the end of the life cycle, and these other two are past the peak. So
exactly,
this is just a normal thing.
Cool.
Yeah, he said it was cyclical, basically, like you're saying, Huber. Like it's like Plus, AMD I think is having a little bit of a harder time. It's like. Maybe like someone replied, like, "What does the Nvidia CEO have to say?" They're probably doing much better.
Damiani, weren't AMD chips in like some of the past generations too of consoles?
Yeah,
and now
but Nvidia's chip is in Switch and probably in Switch too, so they're probably like, "We're good."
I won't go too deep on mobile, but Monopoly Go just still dominating.
Monopoly Go.
Nothing's close.
Ask Gabby about it.
Monopoly Go is killing it.
Go. All right. Monopoly Go.
Mobile's strong performance was supplemented by a 3% increase in console content spend. So even though the hardware's down, people are spending more on games right now. So that's good. Along with a 2% gain in the PC, cloud, and non-console VR content segment. I guess they just put all that stuff together. PS5, Xbox, and Switch spending each declined a minimum of 30% year on year.
Ooh, here we go.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
Hardware
spending finished 24% down for the whole quarter versus the first quarter of 2023.
It's a big number, regardless, even if it is cyclical. It's a big chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Switch has a big part of that, but 30% minimum for each of those.
Also coming off some of the highest years because of a very unique situation with the pandemic. So it's like, maybe if this wouldn't seem as significant, the cyclical dip, if they hadn't hit like such high highs earlier. Yeah.
And then like the way the rankings shake out is basically the same as it's been. PS5 number 1 in both categories. Switch is number 2 in units, and Xbox is number 2 in dollars.
Got it.
And now we'll get into some of the details as we get through these, but we got our top 20.
Did you get that other game announcement, Blood? That VR one?
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure.
The top 20 here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new games in March. Remember, we're March now.
March. That's so long ago.
A while back.
It's a lifetime ago.
Oh.
What the hell happened in March?
So we got Dragon's Dogma 2.
Dragon's Dogma 2. Number 1.
And
Nice.
look at
Number
that,
one?
baby.
Number 1. Not only number 1. Here's some craziness. Dragon's Dogma 2 debuted as the best-selling premium game of March. The third best-selling game of 2024 so far.
Whoa.
With just 1 month in the market, Dragon's Dogma 2 has already surpassed the life-to-date tracked dollar sales of Dragon's Dogma and Dragon's Dogma Dark and Risen combined.
This is the Capcom strat.
Before this
Doubling down.
Before this report even came out, last Friday, Capcom revised their earnings forecast due to Dragon's Dogma 2's success. Previously, the figure was 140 billion yen, $892 million. Now the forecast is set to 152 billion yen, 971 million, increase of 9%
Jeez.
from the previous forecast.
DLC.
Because of Dragon's Dogma 2.
When?
Dragon's Dogma 3 already in development.
Yeah.
DLC for sure.
So good.
They've got to.
They've got to.
But I mean, this is the Capcom strat paying off here, just doubling down on their established IPs and putting more, focus into them.
But I mean, it also shows that like Dragon's Dogma as an established IP was it wasn't that strong of an IP for them, and they took a swing and they hit it.
I think they probably figured it had potential. They just weren't giving it like the money, the budget it deserved, and like especially like the marketing push and the resources. And honestly, I mean that's their strat. They cut out a lot of the fluff, and that was probably identified as like this. I mean, they probably saw how many people were talking about Pantaray and deep.
Deep down.
Down, yeah.
Like all the like everyone asking where is it? Like all these people are asking for it. Like let's make another Dragon's Dogma.
And fantasy and dragons are like always in.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's evergreen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Dragon's Dogma had such a cult following too that it's like it has this built-in, extraordinarily passionate audience.
Yeah.
What if Dragon's Dogma 3 is called Deep Down? Its subtitle.
Dude.
Or the DLC.
Or the DLC for this.
Dragon's Dogma 2 Deep Down.
Oh.
Deep Down.
Yeah. Because then it could tie into like
Arisen
the exactly.
It was a big cave basically.
Tie it all in.
Holy shit.
That thing actually existed. It was like a beta for a while. People were playing that.
It looked so crazy. God.
Yeah.
And then at the very bottom of the Deep Down, the dungeon at the end of the Dragon's Dogma 2, Leon is just sitting there. He's like, took you long enough.
I haven't watched
Throws
it
you a shotgun.
in so long. Does the Deep Down footage look as good as the Demon's Souls remake?
Oh, I don't know.
I just remember the Deep Down footage looking like 5 years ahead of 10 years
At the time,
ahead.
it looked really
it
good.
looked crazy.
Looked crazy.
It was insane.
Yeah. God.
Because it was on that engine. New engine.
Yeah, sick.
Which now we got the RE engine, which, looks pretty darn good too.
Yeah. Dude, 11 years ago? Oh my God.
That's when it was shown off?
11 years ago,
PS4
dude.
tech demo.
What? Dude, these visuals.
Okay, probably doesn't look. Probably doesn't.
We get
look
this
as
shit
good
in
as
real
we did.
time now. Everyone's like, oh, graphics aren't good anymore.
But I mean, this was supposedly an engine, right? The main one of the big things was the fire, right?
Yeah.
The fluid dynamics on the fire.
Yeah.
That's some like PS4 era like temp title graphics work there. I loved it.
Yeah. Now we just,
Honestly,
it still looks really good.
I mean, that guy's meant to look kind of freaky, I think. But like, yeah, it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It looks for 11 years ago.
For 11 years ago, this is nuts.
Yeah. God, this was so. I just remember just the hype, dude. Oh my God.
The bloom was a big thing there too. I remember.
I need this game.
Everyone was asking about that game all the time.
Because it looks
All the
so
time,
promising, dude. It's like, dude, I want to play this so badly. Just like hyper realistic fighting a dragon in a cave. That's simple premise,
Yeah.
It's all you need.
Simple premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
like the movie
Huber, they don't
Damsel.
have to like even deliver on this game. If they just deliver this fight as like a
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma DLC.
Yeah. It's wild. Crazy. It still holds up. I'm blown away by how good it still looks.
Oh, but apparently there was an actual gameplay demo that didn't look as good. This is like
yeah.
the
No, when we
actual-
saw the game later, it was like a whole other thing. Yeah.
I forgot about that. I remember there was like
And it
some
was
weird
like procedurally
Animus
generated
shit.
stuff, right? Yeah. So.
You were like going into an Animus was the twist. There was like some modern day.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that?
Yep. There was
Oh,
something about that. I don't
Yeah.
remember the details.
Forgot about
but there was
that.
definitely something about that.
The
I only
deep
remember
down
the good
was within you
things.
all along. Oh yeah.
See, yeah, this shit. So weird. Some Blanca?
Text message from Blanca.
What? Absolutely unhinged.
All right.
Very cool.
on
Very
the
cool.
top
Thank you for
20
bringing that up, Isla.
On the top 20, we got 5 other brand new games, though, in March. So, what else? I mean, you remember.
Oh, the other one, Rise of the Ronin.
Rise of the Ronin was
Rise
on
of the
there.
Ronin, that's got to be number 2.
5th.
Oh, because it's
It's not number 2.
well, no, the sales are insane. I've heard for this game.
Well, it was good comparatively, but didn't they also just say like it hasn't like hit its target yet, even though they're happy with the sales?
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
either.
so also
I
they
thought
said that
was
like it
doing
hasn't
really
quite
well.
hit its target yet, but like it's doing good.
Got it.
Yeah,
I forgot it's on. It's just PS5, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
Yeah.
a lot
There's
of
one
it
other game that day.
on.
The Princess Peach.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sixth place.
Those
Physical
are the
only.
3 big ones. I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, physical only got 6th place on the charts.
Cool.
Was there a sports game in March?
We got 2 sports games.
MLB The Show.
There you
MLB
go.
The
There you
Show.
go. That's gonna be up
Start of
there.
the season.
That's 3rd place, but does
Look at
not
that.
include digital for Nintendo or Xbox.
Wow.
So
Beast.
Yeah.
Another sports game.
one more sports game.
NHL.
Brand new.
No.
I
FIFA.
don't.
You might not think of it as a sports game.
Tennis. Top spin.
Yeah, that was later.
Yeah.
Is there? I might not think of it as
It's
sport.
also a game that Damiani
Poker?
played.
Wave race. Snowboarding.
Balatro.
The games that Damiani played that you might not think would chart, maybe.
Chat saying WWE.
WWE, 9th place. There you go.
There we go.
Nice chat.
And then we got that last new one that was hitting it right there. Something.
Wait, which one?
Something that Damiani's played.
Oh, it's Sandland.
No.
Alone in the Dark.
That was April.
Oh, god darn.
Alone in the Dark.
No.
God darn.
Yeah. What is it?
You got us, bud.
Chat says unicorn.
It is Unicorn.
Unicorn.
Check and look at
that's
Where'd
it.
that-
Thank
where'd
you.
that chart?
I
Chat,
got
Unicorn Overlord.
Don't type it if you're looking at the answers. Only type it if you're guessing like we are.
Where'd that chart?
8th place.
Hey, nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
In my backlog, dude. I'm coming for you, Unicorn. I'm coming for you.
Yeah. It's
That's pretty cool.
Really, really good for
That's
that game.
really
Hell
good.
yeah. I'm so excited to play
because
that.
they spent every penny they had on that game and
Yeah.
then some. So it's
Hopefully-
pretty good to see it, making some money for them.
Well, with all these damn CEOs and shareholders, Damiani, a game could chart 3rd, and they'll be like, "Yeah, it
that's
failed. You'll
true.
never see it ever again." You're like,
this,
what?
this seems like feel good,
firing
but we
everyone.
don't really know yet. That's right. Who knows?
Yeah, but that's encouraging. That's good.
Yeah. Also, important note: WWE at 9th does not include digital either. So, because 2K doesn't share digital.
Chat says that they guessed. They didn't look it up.
Nice.
We believe you.
So yeah, anything else you're curious about where it's hitting this month?
That's not new.
Breath of the Wild.
Okay, wait. That's not even charting.
Which one?
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild? No.
No.
I mean, Tears of the Kingdom.
No.
No.
Dead
So-
game, dude. Dead game.
Okay, because it's the hot topic. Where's Rebirth? The doom and gloomers
Here
saying
we
it's
go.
kinda
Here's
like-
your doom and gloom.
This is a second
Second.
month, not first month. Second month. Where
It's
is
in
it?
7th place.
7th.
7th
Dead
place.
game, dude.
Dead game.
It's
Yeah.
also remained the 4th best-selling game of
Jeez.
2024.
Killed the franchise.
Dead game.
Yeah,
they
dead
confirmed-
franchise.
And they confirmed last month, because I've been doing like research on this. Does
better-
not include the dual pack sales that include remake and rebirth. That's not factored into
He
rebirth
actually addressed
sales.
that, and he said that even with that, it wouldn't have changed where it ranks.
Oh, that's still fine, but it was look at last month. If you combine those two, where it would have been last month, it might have.
This makes me think that Square Enix should reevaluate high definition gaming.
They
We're
are.
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
That is a yeah.
That's a tease. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth currently ranks 14th across all Final Fantasy releases in lifetime dollar sales in the U.S.
Rebirth.
market.
Specifically.
Yeah,
Rebirth.
this is dollars though, not unit sales, because
Right.
they put 15 at number 1, and I'm like, I guess I'm trying to remember how much games cost back in the day, because 7 and 10 and 15 are the 3 best-selling Final Fantasy games.
The 3
but I
best
thought-
selling are 15
That is crazy.
remake, Final Fantasy VII remake.
This is
and the
dollars
original
though.
Final Fantasy VII.
That's in dollars though,
Dollar
not
sales.
units. In units, it's 10, 7, and 15.
15?
Off the dome. He just has that information.
15 did that well?
Because everyone was waiting for that
Multi-platform?
game,
Yeah, it was
man.
after 13.
Yeah,
The Versus
was
13
not
hype.
multi-platform.
and they
Wasn't
made a big deal about its PC release. It did have a very big PC release. It
crazy.
did have a really big PC release.
I like
Yeah.
it.
And
love
they had
it.
that big 60 frames patch. They were,
All the
that
DLC.
one.
They had the movie tie-in, dude. We all know Kingsglaive.
Well, the
Our
DLC
Lord and
became
Savior
a
Kingsglaive.
problem.
Visual nightmare, dude.
The DLC became a problem because the director left and they had to cancel the remainder of
Yeah.
it, which cost them a good amount of money when they had to scrap all that. Not as bad as what just happened, though.
Dragon's Dogma 2, dude.
yeah.
Crushing it.
Crushing it.
You remember
else?
Dragon's Dogma 2 and Capcom? We can get back to that topic later. So he was talking about like Nintendo stuff. Where's Mario Kart? Did it stay on or is it gone?
Mario Kart is down at 18th.
Slipping.
Dead game, dude.
Because I said when it's off that chart, that next month we're getting that Switch 2 announcement.
They immediately push the release button.
No, the
just
announcement.
ship a
The Switch
Switch
2
2
announcement
everyone.
is happening once that thing drops off that chart.
They automatically charge your credit card like when you get a jaywalking ticket in Asia or whatever.
Again, it's fair to remember though, Mario Kart 8 does not include digital sales. That's
That is
physical only.
absurd. God.
Yeah, but we're gonna get the actual lifetime Mario Kart 8
Yeah.
sales soon with the Nintendo financials coming soon.
I am
So
excited
and they
for
include
that number.
they include everything.
so
we
hyped.
will get that massive new number along with the total Switch units sold, which should easily be over
Damiani,
140
dude,
million.
It's gonna set the tone for GTA 6. It's like, yo, 200 million copies.
GTA 6 is watch. It's
Long
gonna be like
road to go.
We outsold Breath of the Wild in 1 week.
Oh yeah.
Mario Kart though, dude,
1
that's gonna be
hour,
hard.
dude. That,
In 1 month, we outsold Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's lifetime sales.
I will make you a bet right now that GTA 6 will outsell Breath of the Wild in 1 day.
I agree. Honestly, I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
If
I agree.
I probably know what the answer you're going to say is, but if the next Mario Kart was on every single
Oh my
platform,
god, it would sell the most.
Yeah.
which would sell more, GTA 6 on every platform or
I think Mario Kart
9 on
because
every
you
platform?
can get like with Switch and stuff, you get multiple copies, you get all ages, families, like you get every single person involved in there. So I think Mario Kart, if anything, beat
I
GTA, it would
agree.
be Mario Kart. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to say GTA 6. I really did.
I mean, I
But
love it the most, but
I
still got to give it to Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart, man.
Unstoppable.
Anything else you want to see before I highlight some others?
What did I forget if it was even on last month because I know it was on like for 2 months because we're in March. Did Tekken 8 hold on or did it
8's holding
finally
on,
drop off?
15th place.
Okay, that's kind of good to hear. I know it's been having some other issues, but you know it's always good to see a fighting game do well.
Balatro?
No.
Okay.
I don't think they're tracking on the retails.
What about Banishers?
No. I don't know if they track either. That might, yeah. Because that was Don't Nod released that themselves, right? Self-published?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about Helldivers?
Helldivers 2.
Oh,
Number
yeah.
2.
Yeah, dude.
Not only
Keep
that-
selling, baby.
Not only that, Helldivers 2 remains the best-selling premium game of 2024 year to date.
Yo,
Dude.
It is currently
Ready?
ranked 7th in lifetime dollar sales for Sony published titles after just 2 months in the market.
For
Insane.
democracy, dude.
Insane.
it wants to challenge Call
Yeah,
of Duty. Here
seriously.
we go.
The best. This game is like the exact social media presence you want from a game. Every single time I'm scrolling, Helldivers, I have to stop because it just looks so epic and insane.
Yeah.
And like people see that, they got to get in there.
Here's an interesting fact, though. So again, 7th in all of Sony published titles, right? Without PC sales, it wouldn't even hit the top 20.
Whoa.
That's wild.
Oh,
PC, baby.
whoa. That is a
Damiani.
Hey, ammunition,
Ammo.
baby, for Rebirth being on PC. Oh, no one's going to buy it on PC. Oh, I don't know. The power of PC, baby.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. It's wild to me because it's like you have to invest so much in a top of the line PC, plus like so many people like feel like they don't even need PCs for like daily life anymore. They just get a tablet, they're good, you know. But PC games are selling.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I know we were talking about like Rebirth. I got shocked to say that 16 is still not on PC.
That's
like, I thought
absurd.
I thought a year it'd be a year like exclusivity and come out like in June. But I feel like
not
we
been
would
a year
have
yet.
heard about it. I feel like we would have heard about it now that we're in
I
May.
wonder if they just went all in, whole team working on the DLCs, and now that they're done, now they can like focus.
And that team's. I mean,
Hasn't he
part of that
talked
team's
about them
also working on
working
the
on it before?
expansion. They are working on it. So, I mean, I guess they could, but it's probably not because Dawn Trail comes out. Early access begins in June and then July 2nd release. I think they're not going to drop those back to back. So I don't think it's coming till probably like later this year, unfortunately.
You know what else came out on PC?
What?
Horizon Forbidden West. And that jumped back up in the charts. It's in 14th place in March, up from 107th.
Crazy.
So,
Good game. Dude, I still got to play Burning Shores, damn it. There's no time.
I know.
No time.
Same. All right.
Chat was asking, just so we have this information, Warframe is the 8th most popular MMO.
Nice. Top 10, baby.
Or of all time.
I don't know, currently. It says rank. I don't know.
Sick.
Estimated to have 360,000 daily players.
That's a lot.
Okay.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
37 million players.
Last time I checked Suicide Squad, they had 120 players.
That's right. But it still sold a lot of copies.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else you want to
This is a feel-good list, dude.
It
throw
is.
out there before I go down the full list?
Very good call, Lila. Big time feel good list. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, baby.
Nah,
What?
not there anymore.
What? Suicide Squad though? Suicide Squad? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Not there.
All right. Last one is Pacific Drive.
No, I don't think that they were tracking.
Word.
I don't know that they're part of the group.
Got it.
20, Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh.
Don's out.
19th,
Not reinstalling.
Not reinstalling. Don refuses to reinstall. What would get you to reinstall Mortal Kombat 1, Don? I need to know. Anything?
Yeah. What would?
He
I don't want to answer that because you're not going to like the answer.
he says he wouldn't like the answer. He doesn't want to
Wouldn't like
answer.
the
Is it
answer.
nothing?
Is it nothing? He's shaking his head. We're on the air, Don.
What if they put Quaritch in MK1? Would you install?
No.
What?
He probably
Fake
thought that
fan.
insulting.
Fake Avatar fan, turn it in right now, bro. You're done. You're out.
You're a fake
done.
fan of everything. Fake fan of everything, Don.
19th place, we got Spider-Man 2
Nice.
hanging in there.
Yeah. Still hang on.
Nice.
18th is Mario Kart. 17th,
Yeah.
Elden Ring hanging in.
Still.
Ah,
There you
coming back
go.
up.
C prep.
Oh, yeah. It's going to
Yeah,
get that bump
DLC prep.
soon.
Yeah. It actually went down from the month before, but yeah, it's hanging in there.
Not yet.
16th, Rainbow Six Siege. Popping back
happened?
up there. I don't know. I mean,
What-
it was
what got
19th the
announced?
month before, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
still hanging pretty high up in those charts.
Cool.
15th is Tekken. 14th is Horizon Forbidden West. Which funny to me is Piscatella always includes a 2. Horizon 2
Horizon
Forbidden
2.
West.
That's hilarious.
13th, Minecraft.
Of course.
12th is EA Sports FC 24. 11th, Madden, of course, 24. 10th, Hogwarts is still there. 9th, WWE. 8th is Unicorn Overlord. 7th is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. 6th is Princess Peach. 5th is Rise of the Ronin. 4th is Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3. 3rd is MLB. 2 is Helldivers 2. And again, first place is Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yes.
Don,
you never have to turn in your avatar card. Don't worry.
And outside of this report, which
He
probably
smiled.
won't be tracked either, we also learned this week that Manor Lords sold 1 million after its first day of early access.
Game looks sick. I want to play, but only with Isla.
Yeah, Sophia has been playing and she's super into it.
Yeah.
We might do a little thing where we kind of film her and I talking about it and then
Sick.
roll it into the podcast as like a package.
Awesome.
She
Got
works
it.
while we're shooting, so we'd have to like pre-film it.
Yeah.
But
Is it single player or multiplayer?
I haven't tried it yet. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a single player.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Maybe there's a multiplayer mode or something, but
Yeah. It
I
looks
could be
so
completely
cool.
wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. Is Don in on this? Manor Lords?
Don, you in on Manor Lord? He's nodding. Waiting for a code.
Nice.
Oh,
We're
well,
all
I gave
waiting
that
for
code to
code.
Isla, so
Yeah, I took that code. I'll just slip you $20, Don. I don't know. How much does it cost?
I don't know off the top of my head. But Don, get in here. We got to talk about a game. Don, I sent you this Lunar Lander Beyond.
Yes.
Which you're starting us off with like some shots of the 97 original or 79 original.
Yes, we needed to go all the way back, Blood, so we know what we're dealing with here.
So this is somebody's footage here that we got a look at for Don to illustrate what this original game was like.
Yes.
And then tell us what the new one is like.
Yes, very briefly, because the reason I wanted to go back to the original, because it's a kind of remarkable thing, actually. First of all, Lunar Lander, this is an Atari property. You know, most people, it's like Damiani, what he's going through right now.
I've seen
You've heard Lunar Lander, you're like, I know what that game is, but then you're like, well, what is it? And then you see it, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's that one. And there's a funny reason for that. But way back in the day, 1979, we're talking about over 40 years ago, this game came out. Vector graphics. So at the time, it was super cool. This guy that's playing right now is actually pretty good, but it's a very slow-paced sort of like platformer in a way where you're trying to do a series of landings in various terrain, and it zooms in as you get closer. This guy is actually quite good because it can be painstakingly slow sometimes on this. But one thing I want to point out is in this simple but addictive classic game, altitude, your horizontal speed and vertical speed are like, you need to pay critical attention to them. It's like things have to be just perfect for you to stick these landings, okay? And the fuel...
this is like a 2D pilot wings, basically.
Yeah, and you're working against the fuel constantly. Back in the day, in the original, you could get more fuel by putting in quarters, so that was good. But
really?
Yeah, so as the ultimate, they really figured it out. But because you could land and then you continue at the same amount of fuel you have. So at some point, you're going to have to, no matter how good you are, you got to put in more quarters. So they really had this figured out. But anyway, the thing I wanted to bring it up is the thing that's so interesting. It's Atari, Blood, and it's crazy how like Lunar Lander has actually never had a direct sequel until now, which is kind of absurd because Atari is just well known for like either licensing out or just doing.
Yeah, well, it's also a consequence of, Atari has been traded hands many times, and so whoever owns Atari at whatever point in history has wanted to go back and re-release those things and make that money.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So it's just, it's incredible that this somehow has kind of dodged. The original Lunar Lander has dodged a bunch of bullets. It's a genre of game, so there have been other games obviously similar to it, but never a direct sequel until now. Now we're excited to arrive at Lunar Lander Beyond 40-something years later. So you see the simplicity of where things started out, and you're curious, where do they take it? So look at this. This is the first thing that surprised me. It opens up with a full-fledged animated, really pretty nice, actually. Fairly nice budget.
Yeah, and some of the developers behind Chris Tales, which also looked gorgeous.
Yeah, so this opening movie was sick. It has really good music. It's like Tron vibes, synths, big-time Tron vibes, which is a compliment I'm giving. And the animation was cool. The story setup is cool. All the characters they have, it was really pretty enjoyable. And it was just kind of a surprise, too, because this is the kind of game I didn't need any story whatsoever.
Right.
I just needed, you just need some gravity mechanics to mess with, a physics playground. But they went all out. So here's the game. As you can see, they added this full universe now. You have a solar system you're exploring. You have a bunch of different planets you
black
can
hole over there?
select from. Yeah, black holes. And they've got this entire fully fleshed
Seems
out
to be a
world now
wormhole.
you're exploring. And each planet then has a set of missions, as you can see right now.
Nice.
That you can choose from. And then once you actually go into the missions, you get more detailed information on it.
Do you notice a difference in gravity per planet?
Yes, right here you'll see now they're saying like what kind of gravity, normal, visibility, et cetera, et cetera. So you have all sorts of different changing conditions.
Saying normal for gravity is very Earth-centric.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. It's true, though. And then, so look, you're also managing ships now. You have multiple ships and multiple abilities, which you can unlock or purchase sometimes. And so before each mission, you have to choose which abilities you're going to equip. You have to choose your pilot. You're now in charge of pilots. And as the plot progresses, you get more pilots on your team. And you have to manage your pilot's roster here. And you see pilot traits you have now. So you get other traits as you go along. And you have to choose which traits are going to be optimal for this condition. However, you have stress you have to deal with. When you take damage in the missions, your pilots accrue stress, which you have to then treat them for in various ways. You get these sort of credits that you can spend. Credits can help you treat them quicker. depending how long your pilots are out of commission. If you're not treating
So yeah, there definitely like seems like some very simmy elements.
Yeah, so they've
going on
added
there.
quite a bit to that whole end of it. And then here you get these more budget-friendly sort of cutscenes in between. So here's the actual game now. So at first, when we first arrive, it is great because I'm saying mechanically, it's essentially very, very similar. You can rotate your ship around. You have various thrusting levels of thrust you can employ, okay? And there you see I hit a little damage right there, so that's what gave my pilot a little bit of stress. However, you'll notice they took away critical components from the original games, which is interesting: altitude, horizontal speed, and vertical speed. That's no longer a part
Yeah,
of
you don't have a readout showing that. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell that you're close to the ground. So.
You can tell what you're doing, but on the original one, you needed to be looking at the numbers, is what I'm saying, Blood, because I played it, and you
Got
had
it.
to like be like, I need to hit this number kind of deal. Here, you're managing your health, your fuel, and your pilot's stress. They added all these pickup items, so we're picking up fuel here. So now these are mission-based objectives. In this game, it's not simply landing the craft. You're landing it multiple times. You're advancing. Here you see, for instance, in this mission,
I had to refuel. I like the little guys hammering away.
Yeah, pick up multiple survivors. They have little details within the world. You know, simple but nice design, actually. I really like how they did it. Here I'm landing on a landing pad, which is easier than the original in many ways, but we're picking up a survivor and moving on. So, and then, yeah, they have all kinds of pickups now. You have health pickups, all kinds of various things you're getting. And as you see, yeah, lots of little details in the world, which is nice. So this, and ultimately you return back to your landing pad. So a lot of the missions are like this. You explore a world, pick up various things, complete objectives.
And then bring them back to base, yeah.
And bring them back. But they have...
I really like the stress icon.
You're going to love...
Yeah.
Wait till you see, and Damiani too, what ends up happening with the stress. It's actually a cool thing. So here you see now some of the fun stuff they add in. Those actually don't hurt you. It's like a physics, based stuff. So as a physics-based platformer, it's really fun. You have hacking, so you have to, if you float within proximity to these terminals, you can do things like unlock doors and many other things.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
This particular
It's like
level,
pixel junk shooter kind of.
Yeah,
definitely.
This stage has like a little bit of a Metroidvania element to it where you have to unlock this section to get here, then go back through here, and vice versa. You have like turrets that are trying to take you down. See, I could have hacked that, but I got a little nervous. I just skedaddled real quick. And here you see all sorts of variety pickups, and the levels get more complex as you can go. So here's an example of what's happening now, though. So we're picking up like data here, and then we've got a medical pickup here. So we're picking up this survivor that then we need to transport for treatment, and they really do a nice job. It's like really thoughtful of integrating in now this into the character of your squad and drama that then happens with this person, but he becomes one of your pilots ultimately. This is all really early game stuff. However, so now in this particular mission,
The
you
heck
see
is
what
that
happens
mouth?
when the
what?
when the stress gets too high, Damiani. Space
it's like
madness.
darkness stuff.
Space
Madness.
madness starts to strike, and they did a nice job with the space madness. So you see, I'm trying to get out of here. I'm now on a time limit. I've accomplished my objectives, and it's one of these things where it's like escape the base now. However, my pilot's stressed, so I'm experiencing stress. So this is very a lot of pressure.
Insanity detected.
So that's what happens. You
Take
got
a red
pills.
pill,
You can take
ASAP.
pills. I couldn't find the pills. Look what happens. These pink
no.
elephants start hunting you down.
Oh, God.
It is insane pressure, and it's so minute with the movement, with the gravity, that
Yeah.
a situation like this, you see I'm panicked now.
No.
So things are going well. I'm totally panicked because you need to be so patient with like how the movements of your ship.
Oh,
So I want to give you an example there what happens, okay? But
Wow.
however, fairly generous with checkpoints, not overly generous, but they do a nice job.
Yo, there's a little tree
this game
level
looks
here.
sick.
It's
Yeah.
really satisfying so far. Now look, here's it.
I guess it's just green amethyst or green jade or
I
something.
wanted to
Amethyst
show
is
some of the
purple.
biome, variety here, and then different kind of mission variety. They have a lot of different kind of mission variety. In this one, for instance, when you get a little better, you can go like really fast as you can imagine and make it through here. This is all early gameplay capture, but lots of different objective-based stuff. So they
I
mix
want
it
to see
up.
a speed run of this.
They mix it up nice. Now here's an example of like me, for instance. I have a shield now on this. There's all kinds of projectiles. Things get intense, so I'm using my shield.
Ooh.
But the shield uses fuel very fast. You have
Got
to
it.
be very frugal with it. And so as you can see, it's a really nice. It's like so just like the original, so slow paced, but like a lot of pressure is what's happening.
Right.
Until game changer, Damiani. Here's where things get nervous. Everything was honky dory until I unlocked my next ship. Red alert. Now here's a problem. The control scheme completely changes now for this little dragonfly ship, Damiani. Suddenly, I'm just controlling this ship with the left stick now. It's a totally different thing. Gravity is barely even affecting this ship. And things don't seem to be changing. So I went through an entire planet of just the dragonfly missions. And it's just like, suddenly it's like, not only is it easy, basically, but the vibe of the game is just totally different when you're, when they change the control scheme to that extent.
Okay.
I don't know how this is going to go as the whole game progresses. All I'm saying is I made it through at least probably like 9, 10, maybe 11 missions with this dragonfly. And it wasn't, it felt like a different game, and it didn't feel like super fun. I mean, I think you can tell, and it's so easy to just look at this. I float around, I hack him, then I'm just it's very easy to just dodge everything, and it's not the same kind of pressure at all. So that's the only thing, a little bit of concern on that with how the progression goes in terms of unlocking the ships. Here you see it's just very easy to float over and hack in and progress through the game.
But this ship has to be like really fragile or something, right? Like you get hit a couple times and you explode, or what's the drawback?
I forget. I think that is it. I think maybe it takes on damage.
Are you forced to use the ship for those certain missions, or you have free reign to pick whatever you want?
It's free reign to pick, and it's kind of bizarre then. Here I show you some of the changes they make in difficulty, because it's kind of interesting what they change. They raise the stakes in a weird way. As you pick harder difficulties, they basically make permanent deaths for your pilots. Like if you fail, you end up like, more.
Nice, XCOM.
But they don't necessarily increase things like damage and things like that, which I think would have been maybe more of a enjoyable. This for me makes me a little nervous of like increasing the difficulty may not necessarily. It doesn't mean I want to replay these entire missions with the same damage, and all these kind of stuff. So it remains to be seen. I'm basically just talking about the first couple planets that I've played through, and I'm on the third one and stuff. The Lunar Lander part of it was really satisfying. Overall, I would say the game is quite good and satisfying, but this makes me wonder what happens when you unlock the other ships, because it's definitely not that fun. Like I pretty much lost interest when I was playing with the Dragonfly. I just wanted to play with the other ship, but because you have that Dragonfly, and some of the other stuff is really tough, it's very tempting not to, you want to choose the Dragonfly, etc. But interesting. The only thing of note I would say it's interesting is that they I haven't seen at least any kind of classic just Lunar Lander mode, basically. Right.
Let me just challenge levels or something.
Yeah, or let me just try to land a bunch with using the classic.
You were talking about playing the original game. Did you play the? Is it in this, or do you have it on something else?
I have access to it at a private arcade.
At a private arcade.
Yeah. Must be nice, Don.
I tried to get some footage last night at the private arcade. But it was hard to feel. So I got access to it at a private arcade, and it's a very fun game. So I got to play it quite a bit before. But that would have been neat too if they would have included that in the new one. So I don't know. Overall, I would say it's quite satisfying. The price is $30, so it's like right there on the edge of being, still I would say probably I would recommend it. I was having a lot of fun, and I expect they bring it around with this Dragonfly. I mean, it got crazy and chaotic on some of the levels, but it's just a very different feeling. There's like something enjoyable about that slow intensity of like waiting for making minute adjustments and waiting for the effect of that gravity. So, and I'm sure once the changes in gravity become more drastic, the other ships probably get a little more fun.
Yeah, the stuff that's going on those other planets with clouds and
So I don't know. It didn't feel
acid rain and who knows what else.
Yeah. And I didn't show it yet, but you do start the wormholes and things become, so they introduce new. So far, they've been constantly introducing a lot of new things, which is nice. So for one of these Atari games that they're bringing back from the void kind of deal, and that's not like a huge budget, which seems like is often the case, I would say this is on the like better end of some of the other things I've seen. So I would recommend it for now if you're interested at all. And I think if you had any kind of fondness for any of this genre, you'd definitely enjoy it because they pull it off pretty well. They put a lot of thought into it. And the story is kind of fun, too. I mean, it has some, like, decent humor and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Damiani, you played quite a lot of pilot wings trying to land the jetpack or whatever on those targets. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've tried the original version of this at some point, and it's like insane. The original seems like the more spiritual successor was like Kerbal Space Program, like those types of games where it's like controlling like actual launches using like actual numbers, you know, the readings that you need that kind of are gone from this. I also was curious because like I thought, am I mistaken? Was this game or is it something similar to had like, it was another game in up your alley, Don, about I thought it was like this type of game, but then like the revamp had like missions where the characters were in a side-scrolling thing with shooting and
you're thinking of the
what am I thinking of?
The Yar's Revenge thing.
That thing, I thought this was going to be
understand what the connection.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be it too. So I'm like, oh, so they pulled a fast one. They did put like the normal stuff in here, but this is this is pretty cool. Maybe Dawn, they just wanted to make it a little bit easier for newer players to get in because they know how brutal the first one is.
Yeah,
but it could be cool if they had like, you know, like not just difficulties, but a mode that's like it's classic mode. It's just about that would be kind of cool.
Especially because I think it would have been neat to like, you know, take it on the original. You're kind of limited to you start on that first view, which is the wide shot, and there's only so much landscape on the screen. And then as you get closer in elevation, eventually it'll zoom into like, you know, the closer shot. But with something like this, I think it could have been so fun for them to do just like some insane verticality type stuff where you're just dropping through really deep mountains and chasms and you have to do really complex kind of landing, you know, patterns and stuff. But overall, I would say this is like a really thoughtful and well executed evolution of what the basic, you know, idea was originally. So pretty fun for sure.
Space Madness.
And the Space Madness, yeah. What is that though? The pink elephants and the Space Madness. Is that that must be a reference to something? I was like, what is that? Pink elephant?
I mean, the pink elephants are in Dumbo.
They're in Dumbo. Yeah. Anyway, pretty good Space Madness.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, we get some more Space Madness when we get Huber back here.
Let's bring him in.
So,
bring in the madman.
Swap him back out. All right, Huber.
Yo.
Don was just talking about some Space Madness with Lunar Lander. You've been having a different kind of Space Madness with Phantom Fury. You played an hour or two of this now?
Yep.
Boomer Shooter,
baby.
Shelly Bombshell coming back.
Bombshell. So this character was introduced in the game Bombshell, which is like a 3 out of 10. Terrible game. Don't play it. It's like an isometric deal. Not a great game. But then they made, which I totally forgot about, even though I've played it.
Fury?
Yeah, they made Ion Fury. Ion Fury is like Doom, Wolfenstein, Duke Nukem 3D. Phantom Fury is like Half-Life, Deus Ex.
Okay.
So it looks way different than the first one. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game, actually. A lot of the Ion Fury lovers are disappointed with it. The
really?
Yeah, the reception is a little down, which I totally get. I think we're swimming. It's also a different studio that made this.
Slipgate Ironworks.
Yeah, because they didn't do Ion Fury, and Ion Fury is very beloved. That is a beloved game. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to play. I don't like the level design, and I can see that turning people off because right out of the gate, like almost immediately, I was lost. And it's like, you really gotta get people into the game in like the first hour. The first hour is so important.
Yeah.
And just in the first hour, like you're not even supposed to be lost. The room, it's like square rooms. And I'm like, where am I going? What am I doing? And I had to like, you know, it was like this little grate behind some rocks up there. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like wandering around a lot. But the pace is really cool. It reminds me of an immersive sim like pace, even though it's still like a shooter game. There's like a lot of things you can pick up and interact with, which I think there's a little too much you can interact with that's pointless. There'll be like clipboards and, you know, medical trays.
When it gets out of control like that.
Yeah, dude.
Like Starfield had a little bit too much of that too, like the random things you could pick up, and I was like, stop.
It's just so unnecessary.
It is cool to see you guys throwing chairs at you in a bar, though.
Dude, yeah. People throw chairs, explosive barrels, like The weapons feel good. The shotgun is a double barrel pump shotgun, which I think is cool. You fire 2 shots and then pump it, like boom, boom. Her revolver Loverboy is like her main pistol. It's called Loverboy, her like legendary revolver. It feels really good to shoot people with that gun. Like really, really good. It's just this big Magnum revolver. But the premise in the opening is like you don't really know what the hell is going on. You're at this facility and it gets attacked, and the colonel is like stringing you along, like, yo, get here, I'll tell you what's going on. Get here and I'll tell you what's going on. So I don't really know there's like a mole in the agency. Again, I never finished Ion Fury, and I didn't bother to look up in the lore of Bombshell because I do not like that game.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't really care about, the story, what's going on. But yeah, you're finding keys. There's like a little light puzzle solving. You can interact with like terminals to get some more lore. But just the feel of the game is very old school, and it looks really nice too. So it really gives me the feeling of like, I grew up with these games, Yeah. Like I grew up here. So it's just really, It's always really fun to play like a retro throwback that feels new and plays new, but it also gives you those feelings of nostalgia for, those older type games. So, yeah, I saw that it's pretty short. It's like 8 or so hours, and I'm probably like 2.5, close to 3 hours in. The environments I did like. It was like facilities and big open rocky areas. There was
the one area reminded me like of some Halo maps for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of like Serious Sam energy in there too. The AI is whatever. That's
a hard thing too when you're trying to do a throwback. It's like, what should the AI be like? Yeah.
Bad.
Although they do give me some fear energy the way they like jump over cover and like yell to each other. I was like, okay, a little bit of fear right there.
Saw some dismemberment going on there when you blast guys.
Some good gore, yeah. And your main little extra weapon, you have your robot arm. So that's on cooldown, and you can just like sock people. You can use it for puzzle solving as well. You'll like punch a big tanker, and it'll fly forward, and then you can like climb on it and get to other places. So yeah, I just kind of like going through the environments. It's not blowing me away. It's not incredible, but I was having a really good time playing it. And I just think like the most important thing for me is like the environments look really cool and the shooting feels good. I've had like the pistol, a baton, the Loverboy, the shotgun. Oh, and then her famous like bowling ball explosive type things. They've got like a skull on them.
Oh, okay.
And you can like, you throw them like a bowling ball and they just like blow everyone up. It's really satisfying. And then you can, there's like a tiny little upgrade tree as well. Not a lot there, but you can upgrade some skills. One of the things I got was like reduce the cooldown of your melee punch.
Okay.
And then you can upgrade your weapons as well to add secondary fire to a lot of them. So like the shotgun secondary fire was just like blind them with a blinding light and it like stuns them. Okay. So you'd go up, you'd like stun them all, they'd be like, and then you would just like boom, boom, boom.
Nice.
So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to add to a shotgun because you want to get in close.
Exactly.
So it's like, I can't get in close because they just keep hitting me.
Yeah.
But if you can blind them and like run in on them while they're dazed, yeah, that's cool.
So I don't think it's going to have as big of impact for the genre as Ion Fury did. I think it is a really cool concept though to have your like old school Doom, Shadow Warrior, Duke Nukem entry, and then now this one is like Half-Life and Deus Ex, where it's like, both types of boomer shooters are being represented here. And of course like 3D Realms is involved, and Duke Nukem and everything. So yeah, if you're interested in that type of game, I would say check it out, but I would maybe check out Ion Fury before.
Got it.
So.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool stuff.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we've got our patrons' top 10 fighting game specials.
Nice.
If you're not familiar with this, in our Discord once a month, they've got top 10 that they nominate things for. And
Raging Demon #1.
We'll get there. We'll get there. And then vote on. And then after the vote, we bring them here on the podcast and shake our heads.
Hadouken number 2.
And this includes fatalities, you said?
So specials are defined as quote unquote flashy moves that require certain conditions to be met in order to execute. So not just a regular Hadouken, but like the special where you need to like get your meter all the way full to execute, or or a fatality, or
Okay.
you have to be, you can't just do it anytime. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So Mortal Kombat 2, Liu Kang turning into a dragon,
Love that
biting
fatality.
someone. Better be on this list somewhere.
There's no way it is, but I love
probably
where
not.
your head's at, Damiani.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that as a kid.
Hell yeah. The legs just like standing there.
I don't think that one is there in particular, but
All right, or Scorpion, the Scorpion Fire.
Yeah,
like
Scorpion
that has
Fire.
to. That's
Wait.
like a classic.
that's Scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like toasty, like this. The ripping off the.
The mask.
Flame
Mass.
Fatality, Mortal Kombat 1, 8th place.
Nice.
There we go.
Great start. Great
There
start.
we go.
Outstanding.
Seems good.
How about Sub-Zero's head rip?
There, yeah, that's another one.
Spine, yeah,
The
that was
spine,
the red
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 1.
No, dude.
Yeah,
Is it down, forward, high punch? I think.
Classic.
I might still remember it. I think it's down, forward, high punch.
The
Let me know
easiest
if I'm
version
wrong.
of Scorpion was like block up. That was
Yep.
the one version that you just do it that way.
Yeah.
And I got mad when they changed it.
Or down, forward, high punch? I think it's down, forward, high punch.
Forward, down, forward, R1, but that's a different version. Which one? Hang on. That's the new version. Stop calling games Mortal Kombat 1.
I called a console one.
Yep, we have the Xbox One.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
All right, yo. Something in
so-
Smash Brothers, Damiani. Something in Smash. What from Smash is going to make it here?
Oh.
What do we got?
God damn it, that's still the new one. Fuck.
Like I'm trying to think of like Melee. Would there be anything in like So the thing is, Final Smashes didn't exist. So like it's just their Smash moves, and like I personally don't have any like none of the like Smash moves, the basic Smash moves stand out. It's always like been like Final Smashes. When they added the that stuff in there. So I'm not entirely sure if anything
down, forward,
older. Anything
down.
older would have made it from Smash Brothers, like
so.
anything. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone put in like, is like Captain Falcon's knee or like Captain Falcon punch or Ganondorf knee on there?
No,
They count
those,
that?
those
No.
don't count. 'cause
Two
those
See,
are
those don't
basic.
count. Then
moves?
then like I don't know if it's a Final Smash. Like, did they put like Snake shooting like
I will say that there are a couple from Smash.
Okay.
Some very recent ones and one that is a little bit more of a classic.
Some kind of Sora.
Did they like the Falcon shooting the whole screen or whoever does that?
Let me see. So I've got
Like-
Samus, where you drive the
I've
ship?
got
and
3 of them.
Giga Bowser. Is
Giga Bowser.
Like,
There you
Giga
go.
Bowser. There we
26th
go.
place, but it's there.
Yes.
Sonic's like Super Sonic when he like turns into
No.
didn't make it. Snake. We said snakes. There was
I can't even think. Like
Ganondorf
what-
turned into like Ganon and just goes across the screen and goes. And that's insane.
I love that one.
Yeah, I don't think
How
that would have
about-
made it.
I can't think of anything from Soul Calibur because everything is either like a basic
Right.
move or a combo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that there is anything that counts in Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
How
no
about
Soul
the
Caliburs.
how about the Incarnon mode for the Fenmore from Warframe?
Count it.
Count it. You got to get a bunch of headshots to make it pop off.
All right, you ready for this top 10?
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it. Yeah.
All right. 3 things tied for 8th place. We have Liu Kang's Animality in Mortal Kombat 3.
What was that one again?
Animality and
Yeah, Animality. I forget the Animality.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember it off the top of my head either.
Dawn.
I would imagine it would still be a dragon. So maybe like an advanced version of the dragon that you were
Yeah.
talking about
That's
in
the
Mortal
dragon
Kombat 2.
one.
Yeah, yeah. The original's in 2, the dragon Fatality.
So this is just this. Okay.
it has the
It's the dragon. It's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
It's different than what we're
I don't like
thinking
the
of, but
green
it's,
of it.
Yeah.
The like green, like hologrammy
Yeah,
look.
the
I don't like
green,
it as
yeah.
much.
Yeah. The MKT one was a little bit more
Yeah.
Yep. Dun, dun,
natural, I suppose.
Yep.
Also at 8th was Scorpion's Flame Fatality, which we said.
Classic.
Yeah.
And then Zangief's Screw Pile Driver.
Yes. All right. Nice.
Sick.
Glad Geef got on there. Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Then we have 3 tied for 5th place.
Berserker Barrage, dude. Is that on there? This is probably too basic. Some kind of Wolverine.
No. So let me get back
What-
to it.
Yep.
What we
So
got?
5th place, we got Mega Man's Final Smash from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh yeah, all of them together shooting their.
So hype.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Akima's Raging Demon.
Raging Demon. There it is. Knew it was on there.
That's a good
I thought
one.
it would be number 1, but
What's that? I hear noises.
It's free jazz downstairs.
Oh, okay. The Super Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Fighters.
All right,
yep.
that's pretty good.
Yep. Well done.
But
well
they're
done.
very iconic though in
Yep.
general outside
Well
of
done.
fighting games. But
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
Chun-Li's Hoyoku Sen. Which
which
I
one is that?
do
Is
not
that
know by name.
is that
Is that like
the
flip
big?
thing?
Is that the big fireball? Close range fireball? Is that which one is that? I don't know the name. I only know the normal moves from
Hoyoku
Chun-Li.
Sen.
Yeah, I only know
Hoyoku Sen?
spinning bird kick and
I don't know.
oh gosh, some
Fighting moves.
chat say something so Isla can relay it to us.
What are we looking for? Chun-Li's thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoyoku Sen.
Hoyoku's.
Is it the kicking? Is it? Yeah, I can't. Is the kicking one or is it the fireball one? That's what I want to know. Both are sick though, so that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's also going to be in multiple games.
Yeah.
So might as well.
Heck
Cool.
yeah.
Next.
3rd place was Ryu's Shin Shoryuken.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to find the actual move.
Yeah.
3-minute video.
Yeah.
And
We
then
believe you, chat.
First place tied with Sub-Zero Spine Rip. We also have Ken's
Yes.
Shifu Jinrai.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right. That's good. Good stuff.
Sick.
And then, yeah, we had like 35 entries altogether.
Interesting. There was no stuff from some other like fighting game series. Like no King of Fighters or.
There's some other stuff down there. Big
Okay.
Band from Skullgirls is in there.
Ooh,
It's her
nice.
big lightning kick.
But like multiple in a row. Yeah.
Got it.
Sweet.
Cloud's Omni Slash was one of the Smash Brothers
Ah,
ones.
they go, and it does a special one when you do it against Sephiroth. Yeah.
Ken's Shinryu Reppa from Street Fighter 6. Spider-Man's Maximum Spider from MVC 3.
Sick.
Oh God, I don't remember. I mean, I've probably seen it. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
Cyclops' Mega Optic Blast.
Where's Bionic Arm?
Bionic Arm.
Bionic Arm.
No Bionic Arm.
What's the one that makes the guy go,
I hate everyone right now.
That's Colossus in the X-Men.
Right.
No
Beat 'em up.
Bionic Arm.
No Bionic Arm, sorry. Dan's Legendary Taunt.
Where's like Dark Phoenix? What was the move called in MVC3?
I don't know.
What, are there any other? Where are all the MVC2 and MVC3 shit?
We're
Seriously?
still getting through some. Captain America's Final Justice from
Final
NBC.
Justice.
Okay.
Deadpool's Fourth Wall Crisis in NBC 3.
3. Okay.
Threes. Wow. 3 showing up.
Yeah.
Dizzy's Instant Kill from Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator.
That is a deep cut. I don't even know what you just said.
The Flash's Time Changer from Injustice 2.
Awesome.
Ooh.
The Rock's The People's Elbow.
From SmackDown?
Just as WWE in general, but yeah.
Well done. Good pick. Dude, it was so awesome in the original SmackDown. Oh my god. Like anytime someone would bust that out in a PvP match, it was like, oh god.
Baiken's instant kill from Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator. Gogeta's 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha
Yes!
from DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. Big bang attack.
Hell yeah.
Kuma's rage art from Tekken 7.
Oh, for Tekken. Okay.
Is Negan on this list?
Oh, Kuma. Not Akuma.
No.
Okay.
Neek.
Ryu's Shinku Hadoken from Street Fighter 4.
Hell yeah.
Then we get Giga Bowser. Then we get
Bowser.
Gambit's Royal Flush.
Nice.
Then we get Hakan's Oil Coaster from
Oh
Super
my
Street
god,
Fighter
yes!
4.
When he oils Yes. Oh, I love that. Good shit.
Huber, this one's for you. Wang Tang's Spirit Bomb from Power Stone.
Baby. Love Wang Tang. God, he was so fun. Yeah, he just had like Goku moves.
Aki's Claws of Yazi from Street Fighter 6. That's a new one in there.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah.
Ladvia's Super Skybound art from Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Doomsday's Super from Injustice. I missed this. Noctis's Royal Arms in Tekken 7.
They have that Noctis on there. Nice.
Dude, the Royal Arms are sick.
JP's Interdiction from Street
JP.
Fighter 6.
Okay, ban JP, please. No, JP, stop it. I mean, I don't know what he's like now, but JP's been a menace.
And then Huber, last one. Sasuke and Itachi's Team Ultimate Jutsu from Ultimate Ninja Storm.
Ultimate Ninja Storm. Let's go.
The bros, dude. The brothers teaming up. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard Boruto won't be back for like 3 years or some shit.
Wow.
Taking a break.
Yeah.
That's a break.
Yeah.
Next month, we're going to have video game box art.
Oh, dang.
Oh, that's a great
That
one.
is really good.
Hyperstone Heist. Don't forget it, chat.
I
Hyperstone
can think
Heist.
of like 900 right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So if you want to get on that, become a patron at $5 a month or more to get in our Discord, and then watch that announcements channel for the link to where the poll's happening, all that good
Very
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Do steel books count? Collector's editions? Is everything on the
That'll
table?
be up to them. That'll be up to the mods
Got it.
to decide. Come here. But I would imagine it could be. Yeah.
Cool.
All
Final
right.
Fantasy 12 Collector's Edition. It's so clean. The steel book of Final Fantasy 12. Oh, I love it.
Sick.
Yeah, that's right.
We've got more to come. But if you've been enjoying this show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe. Ring that bell on YouTube. Tell all your friends. Get everybody watching. Leave a review on those podcast apps. It helps us and it helps you stay connected. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Brought to you by Abiotic Factor. Abiotic Factor, developed by Deep Field Games, is a narrative-driven survival crafting game set in an interdimensional universe of weird forms and bizarre tapestries. Available now in Steam Early Access. Caught between a paranormal containment failure, a military crusade, and chaos from a dozen realms, the world's greatest scientists must survive against the universe's biggest threats. Abiotic Factor features a fully drop-in, drop-out cooperative campaign for up to 6 players that sees your scientific team planning your escape from the Gate Cascade Research Facility, a sprawling underground labyrinth of offices, laboratories, mines, and anomalous containment cells hidden away from the outside world. Harness the most advanced technology unknown to mankind and check out Abiotic Factor on Steam by following the link in the description below.
And if you are a patron of Easy Allies, thank you. All right, we got to run back.
Run it back, bloody boy. Run it back.
Yeah, so last week we were talking about another Crab's Treasure.
Yeah, dude.
Weren't that deep in yet.
Such a treasure. It is a treasure this year.
Yeah, it is really, I warmed up to it more and more the more that I played because we had some issues with that reef level.
Yeah.
I'd still say that reef level maybe one of the weaker areas in the game or whatever, but it also is a matter of as you play this game, you get more skills and benefits, and you get more used to the controls and whatever other little idiosyncrasies. And this game has just got so much going on. The deeper you get into it, you get more abilities, you get to more places, you get more shells.
Hell yeah. So many shells.
Yeah. Have you been playing more too since last week?
Like for 20 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So not a lot. But yeah, I finished the whole thing now.
Yeah.
And yeah, just some like really, really great boss fights, a lot of really cool optional stuff, some things that are like kind of like Metroidvania-ish, where it's like you see something and you're like, oh, that's a cute little thing, and then you see it somewhere else and you're like, huh, and then eventually it's like, oh, okay, I can actually do something with those. That's a marker that I need to come back to.
Yeah.
And also just like really great story stuff.
Yeah, the
character
story's
development stuff.
surprising.
And so it's really nice to like have this character development as a character in the story, and also like you are really developing your character growth through just like making yourself stronger and picking the shells that you want to hang on to the most and finding your favorites.
Teacup all day, blood.
No, you will find things that you like more than a teacup. I guarantee you will. Yeah.
I just love this.
There's some great stuff. There's one boss that I found that was really cool and different than something you would normally get in like a Souls-like game, where it's like it was called like the Combine, or I forget exactly what the name of it.
Half-Life?
But it was basically like a crab trap full of animals that was like moving around, and like so an octopus limb would come out of here, and then like a crab would like shoot you with like a flare gun or something.
Cool.
And like what you'd have to do to fight it is you had to like actually hit the ropes that were keeping the crab pot shut.
Yeah.
But it would like fall on top of you or smash you or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just a really cool different fight, and because you also had to use your to get the ropes that are on top, you have to use the grappling hook.
Got it.
To grapple up, and it's also one of the first. No, not really. But the arena has like a lot of like poison areas, so you've got to like manage staying out of this thing's grasp while also not getting yourself poisoned and stuff. So
tricky.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And then like I don't want to say too much about like the second half of the game, but basically like everything that happens after you assemble the treasure map from the back of that cereal box is just top
next level,
top tier stuff.
Nice.
Like
high praise from Bloodworth, everybody. That's hardcore, dude.
Really cool
Jeez.
levels. Really cool like Easter eggs to find. Really great like platforming stuff. Like one of the platforming things and Easter eggs I found was like specifically very difficult. It is like when I got it and the Steam achievement popped up, it was like 1.7% of people did this, and
nice.
I'm like, and like a lot of the things that were like even late game and like we're already in like 20s and 30%.
Yeah.
Like, wow, people are like really tearing through this game.
Yeah.
So it was crazy to see something like that. It's like, oh, you guys just like backed out of this, didn't want to do, or didn't find it, because yeah, there's a lot of
it's easy to get lost in that game
to go in some of those later levels. And then what else was I thinking about in there? Oh, and there are some moments of just pure terror. For one, okay, so this is kind of earlier on, but like like when you first like after you leave the main town, have you gotten into the sands between? Mm-hmm. So there's like a nemesis type enemy out there. So if you walk off of the path, this thing is gonna come after you, and it's probably gonna kill you for a good while. Ooh. Just like he's just gonna chomp down on you. But eventually. So like when you first do it, like you can, you basically just have to go to the north to this kelp forest level, which is a pretty cool level. There is one really kind of bullcrap section in there. It's pretty hard. There's like a sniper, and you're like going through this like abandoned town full of like
Sniper.
milk cartons, and this sniper, like you just walk out from behind the wall and like bam. I'm like, dang, dude, chill out.
So funny, dude.
But he's got a
underwater sniper.
He's got a good shell if
Nice.
when you take him down finally.
Get a sniper
and
shell.
there's a nice little shortcut there too once you get through that area. So, but anyways, the sands between. So when you first go there, you have to go north to the kelp forest. Later on, you go to the east, which is the next level that you need to get to, but you can't really get there the first time around because big old nemesis dude's gonna come out.
Yeah.
But if you end up going to the west, good luck. Like just like survival horror.
Yeah.
Like
Turn around,
you
go
can
the
deal
other
with
way.
it, but it's like you gotta take your time.
Yeah.
Or and just the sound effects. if you've been there, you know the sound effects.
Nice.
But then there's stuff in the later half as well that is just like enemies that are just beyond anything that you've seen up until that point.
Same.
And just seriously, it's like I just need to run. I just need to run.
Yeah.
Because fighting this thing is nuts.
I love that feeling. It's like, I'm gonna go the other way. No quarrel.
Yeah. Some great stuff. And like I said, like a lot of the stuff really is optional, and like some of the bosses are like hidden bosses.
Yeah.
But like some of those things that are kind of like on the tougher side, some of the tougher fights, they're worth it
Oh, always.
to
Never
to
skip
get
any-
what comes out.
No such thing as an
fight.
optional boss. There's
Yeah.
no such thing. They're all required.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Never skip bosses.
And you know how one of the earlier bosses, like how it gave you like that extra like equipable power.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot more of those than I expected.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
some of them
that
have
monster.
uses in like going through levels and not just in combat.
Nice. Like traversal mechanics
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
So-
Nice.
So yeah, really really cool game.
Don't skip it.
Definitely recommend it.
Don't skip.
Sick.
$30.
Yeah,
I think it's 30. Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
if it's not 30, it's not more than 30. Pretty sure. But anyways, I'll move on to the thing.
How long did it take you, Bud? Like 15?
No, I put in like 29 according to Steam, but I think there were a couple times I had it on pause, so it's probably closer to like 25.
Sweet.
But that's like
Well,
every achievement.
Yeah.
It's
And blood
every
goes a little
boss.
slower, so probably 20.
Yeah, blood pace.
Yeah. Yeah.
So probably most people probably get through it in like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But what I've been playing since then, and I'm going to be a little bit more reserved because like
Yeah, I've heard.
I'm so early in. Harold Halibut, we'll play the trailer here. This is a game you need to go in knowing that this is a slow game.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a slow game. This is a slow pace. This is very like intentionally dry British humor. You know, like just fed up with bureaucracy and like guys talking about a lot of different forms and things like that. But it's really one of the most obvious appealing things about it is that it's a stop motion game
Yeah.
where they've built everything out of real materials and then scanned it into the game to make their models, and so it has such a different look and feel, and feels it gives you that, like, even though it's like a model, it gives you that sense of like you're in a real place
Yeah.
with how well things are lit and everything.
Unbelievably gorgeous.
And it is a narrative kind of walk around, talk to people game.
Cool.
Right? There's not even
I'm
like
always
what I would
down.
necessarily call puzzles so
Yeah.
far. Like there are things that you interact with and get the thing into the right spot, but it's like you kind of know what they expect you to do.
Chill.
But it is chill. There is this whole kind of like you get like a task list on like a PDA, and so you'll have like main tasks that you have to go over to this area and talk to this person or deliver some item or whatever, and then you have some like these optional things, but all of it kind of like gets you to know characters in this place better.
Nice.
And so the whole setup of the story is that, and again, going back into the British humor, is that during the Cold War, these rich people sent this ship full of people out into space to find another planet to colonize because they were convinced that like we're just all going to blow ourselves up in
Classic
nuclear war.
Ark vibe.
Yep.
Yeah, and then 200 years later, you get to the planet, and everyone's like, "Oh, there's no land here; it's all water." And then a solar flare like knocks your whole ship into the ocean, and now this is like years later. Like I think Harold is so young that like he doesn't even remember the crash.
Got
right?
it.
But then they've like created their own bureaucracy. Like you start off the game, like getting taken in. By the cops for like not having the right color on your pass for the tubes to go back and forth from one area to another because they keep changing and it's like I didn't know.
That's funny. So just constant, like really annoying rules throughout the
like
whole
that,
thing. Yeah, okay. Cool.
And then it's like, and then when you go home, like at the end of the day, like when you've done your tasks and you go back to your bed, it's like basically the lights will shut off and the announcement is like the tube system is going to be closing for the night, go home, blah, 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 blah. But Harold is this scientist's research assistant, and he's essentially like, like a handyman and errand boy. So he's got to go in and clean out the filters.
Nice.
He's got to wash the graffiti off
Good,
of the
that's
walls,
a good video game character.
deliver
Good
things
skills.
and stuff like that. And so it's really funny when like when the police officer like acts like he's some kind of troublemaker. And it's like, dude, I'm just doing whatever. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just a guy.
Just a man.
But
we're just men.
yeah, so it's interesting because it's like you kind of get like little bits of like different relationships and things like that, and then like I got to the point which you see in the trailers where like this fish man gets caught in the filter. And,
Kuo?
and it's like and the lead scientist, like you and her like helping to like keep it alive, but it's in like a coma or whatever, and you like put it in this back room, but you're not telling anybody. And so it's like
Yeah.
and then you go to the
That's high stakes, trying to keep some life.
go to a pharmacy with like a
alive.
blood sample. It's like, hey, I need something that'll be good for this.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Okay.
But it's funny because I was expecting, it's like, oh, okay, this is the moment when, things are going to take off and like
Yeah.
it's going to start ramping up. It's like, no, let's still just walking around, meeting people for dinner and hearing about their problems.
So
and
just
stuff
a
like that.
really slow,
Yeah.
dry pace.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't say it's like bad for that, but you got to be in the mood
okay.
for it, I think. There's some other little fun details too. Next to the PDA, he's got like a little notepad, and he'll like sketch little things in the notepad based on things that you're doing.
Love a notepad in a
And
game.
so
boy.
like when you feed the fish for the scientists, he like draws a little picture of fish dinner, and there's like these two fish sitting at a table with like the thing in between them.
Nice.
But what's funny, what I love about the drawings though, is that like these are not drawn, because like a lot of time in these sketchbooks, like Ellie or whatever, he's like just amazing artist, right?
Yeah.
Like no, these are bad drawings. These are drawings by somebody that like doesn't know how to draw, and I love it.
Yeah. That would be me.
Like scratches and scribbles and all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
But there's like also like some drama going on with like the leaders of the station, and it's
Getting
like
Fallout Vault vibes.
getting a message back from Earth. Earth finally gets a message to it, and he's like, hey, you guys probably made the right call, but we want you to let you know that everything's good now. So if you guys want to come back, you can. Generations later.
It's very funny.
But everyone's like,
So you've laughed out loud.
there's been some good moments. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, that's the thing. It's like, dealing with all of these different situations and timelines and things like that. And
Yeah.
just like little, I think that's the thing. It's like, that's why I don't want to put like a definitive thing on it yet, because it's like little things unraveling, but it just takes time.
Yeah.
Takes time. Day
Gotta
after
see-
day, another detail here, another detail there.
Yeah.
you know.
It's not all about the ending, but it's about the journey, of course. But you got to see how it all kind of comes together as well.
Yeah, and you got like these, just again like these goofball wacky characters. Like there's these like 3 identical twin brothers who at first you just think it's like the same guy in different places, but they're just like, sort of like the greeters or like the guys at like the customer service desk.
Yeah.
That's another thing I like is like sometimes like you'll hear somebody like arguing with somebody and you can just kind of walk by and that conversation is like almost like Lethal Company, to where like the closer you are to it, the louder it is. There's also nice sound design with like the fluorescent bulbs and stuff. Just that buzz, that hum. But with these 3 guys, you get to talking to them, and they're like. And you find out like there's a secret 4th brother. It's like, yeah, he didn't want to stick around and be with us and do what we were doing.
Got the hell out of Dodge. Waterworld.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, he eventually the 4th guy shows up, and he's like I've studied cuisines all around the station, and like I've been everywhere there is to be, and he's a hot dog vendor. He's got a hot dog hat and like a grill around his belt, selling hot dogs and talking about how it's the perfect blend of like taste and nutrition. Convenience.
Seems funny, dude.
Yeah. So it's a neat game. I need to put more time into it, but I wanted to at least like get it on here now because I'm not sure like because there's something else I want to get to for next week for sure. So I might have to like change gears before I actually finish. Harold.
Gears of War.
But I'm very curious as like where it's gonna go, especially like some of the scenes that we've seen for later parts of the game, like when he gets out of the ship and all of that. So,
yeah. What's out there?
Yeah. What's out
Totally.
there? What's gonna happen? Are they going to find a way to leave, or are they gonna find a reason to stay?
Yeah.
So yeah, how is that all gonna go down?
Cool. Intrigued, Blood. I'm intrigued.
All right. And last big story. This one sucks. And, yeah, but not happy about this. This is a continuation of something from a couple weeks ago, but Take-Two, we found out, it's like, after saying they're not going to do layoffs, they're going to do layoffs anyways.
This one's so brutal.
And the layoffs are all throughout Private Division.
Yeah.
So Roll 7 completely shuttered after they were bought a couple of years ago. Intercept Games, who are working on Kerbal Space Program 2, pretty much shuttered as well, but somehow Private Division is going to keep that game going. It's in early access. It's not even a finished game. So I'm not sure how you, unless they're just going to hire another developer somewhere for cheaper. I don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah, what?
That's weird.
That is weird. Let them finish the game. If you're going to finish the game, what?
Yeah, and then this morning, GamesIndustry.biz followed up saying that their sources say the vast majority of Private Division's teams in Seattle, New York, Las Vegas, and Munich have been let go. So Private Division themselves have just been gutted. The whole publisher under Take-Two. They've just, I don't know, I guess they just decided they don't like cool indie games anymore, which is just a real shame, and I don't know what's gonna happen now.
Because Ollie Ollie is freaking legit a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
love that franchise, especially the second one.
But that's
and like Rollerdrome, right? Was their newest? That game was sick.
Yeah, Rollerdrome won a BAFTA a year ago.
Yeah,
and apparently it's sold well enough.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's the thing. Like even when they said that they bought Roll 7, I was just like, why? Why are you buying them? It's like your publisher just publish, why do you need them for an internal studio?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like at that point, like Ollie Ollie World was basically done. Rollerdrome was not that far after, so they're like, that they had been looking at that and saying like, okay, this is pretty much done, and then I'd heard statements, from around the time that they were bought that like, they're talking about like, the next big thing that we can make now that like we've got, this funding, this publisher, and everything. It's like it's going to be really cool. But no, we need to squeak by for a couple more months before GTA 6 comes out. So, I don't understand it.
I don't understand. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
And
Because
I know
you
they're
knew what
ramping
you're
up.
gonna get. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna get you're not getting a Borderlands out of this. You're not getting
Yeah.
an NBA 2K out of this. You're not even
There's got to be some reason,
Like-
some like tax reason, like you buy something and then sell it or some shit. Because like this keeps happening where like people obviously Embracer is the main culprit, but like buy a studio and then just sell it. Like what? Why did you buy it to begin with?
They're buying the red car so I could dismantle it. They're buying everyone to like.
But that's the thing. It's like it's not
I
even like
got
a
it.
Get rid of
competition
them?
for any of that
Yeah.
stuff, right? Like it didn't need to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't. This is like, even if that's it, that's like the most cold-hearted bastard
Yeah.
explanation period. Like, that's still like, it's more horrible. Not still, it's more horrible. And it's like, I feel like at some level, the people who are making these decisions just have like a disconnect from what it is
From
actually
reality.
what they're doing, or the worst thing they do and they just don't care. It's like
Probably a bit of both.
both are
Tommy.
equally bad. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's become more and more clear that the people running things, to them, the art and the creativity in the games and the players and the consumers don't matter. Just the stock price matters and the shareholders, as Hubert would say. So it's like they're getting paid $42 million a year to make that stock price go up. Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
And like the stock market is based on fear and lies and emotions, and like if you can manipulate that, like your product doesn't matter basically. Like it's all just numbers.
Straight
Yeah,
up.
but that's the thing. It's like
bleakly,
it's
but
not even
well
that it's
said.
not profitable, but it's not as profitable as the other things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's just so weird. Like
Yeah.
you've got a good and the thing, because like I was even telling a contact of mine at private division who I don't know if they have a job now. The other day, it is like, I think that you guys have been doing a great bang up job with what you have been putting out there. With with Rollerdrome, with the Outer Worlds, with
Ollie.
Ollie. Well, yeah, Ollie, but also like Penny's Big Breakaway. They just did No Rest for the Wicked. Just hit early access.
Yeah.
Like just really cool stuff.
Those are all good games.
They've got they signed whatever that crazy Game Freak game is, but like is that like are these guys gonna have to find other publishers now? Like
interesting timing
who's
too,
left?
because they just announced like Max Payne's funding increased.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, did this have anything to do with that, or vice versa, or just coincidence? I don't know.
I mean, it's all moving numbers around in the same thing, but I don't know, man.
Shitty.
It's especially for all the people that work there and did very cool creative stuff that was recognized and made everybody money, and it's just like, nope, go have good luck making a new studio, and we'll keep the IP and keep making the money off of the game that you don't own anymore.
That's the worst part
Yeah,
too, is that they just own it.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah. The great IP race. Just buy them all up.
Yeah. And I don't know if they they have the wherewithal to be able to like recreate their studio now with everybody, or if it's just going to be like a slow build it from the ground up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just not happy.
Every podcast, every single time.
Intercept
but-
itself was
every
weird
single time.
because like I don't know all the details because it's been so many years now, but like that studio was sort of made by like poaching people from the original Kerbal developer until they had to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, yeah, it's all weird. But $50 early access game that may now never finish.
That's crazy.
That's crazy from a player perspective too.
I wonder if they had conversations about how long it would take to get out of early access.
I mean, the
Maybe
original,
it's-
the
maybe
game
it's
was
years away.
delayed for
Yeah,
years. It wasn't
yeah.
even originally supposed to be early access, I don't think.
Yeah, it's
So
probably really far off.
yeah, I don't know. But best of luck to everybody out there. Hopefully, you can find a way to keep as much of that team together as you can.
Yeah. Because all those games are sick.
Also, this week, Square Enix have recorded a content disposal loss
What?
of 22.1 billion yen, $140.9 million,
Content disposal.
as a result of various changes in the environment surrounding the group. So basically, they cancel games. That's what content disposal means.
Content
Yeah, but I mean
disposal.
that's the rub. Is like we don't know what they've canceled, and now all the speculation is beginning about what projects are safe, what projects are potentially canceled, especially like stuff from leaks.
Yeah.
That's like, are those still technically gonna happen now? Are they safe? But I mean, there's two. Like the thing is the new CEO Kiryu, he's like said this is gonna happen. That
this is actually like a very long-winded thing that started back in August, and then they said they're going to do this in March, and then now they're just finally saying this is how much money we're going to.
But the amount of money, to put in perspective, when they canceled 15's DLC, is what I alluding to earlier, and they wrote off what Luminous was working on under Tabata. So when Tabata departed, all of his stuff was just canceled, and they liquidated the assets and wrote it off as losses like this. It was like a fraction of how much this is. So this means a lot of things were scrapped, or just more likely, because that wasn't too long ago. That was only like 7 years ago. So I mean, development costs having skyrocketed too much compared to that time frame. So it's like, what's staying? But like, this is what I was saying earlier about like, people are now thinking, is Square Enix just going to do what Capcom's doing? Because that's what Kiryu, their CEO, is saying, that we need to focus on our IPs, our strong IPs, AAA games. So is it literally just going to be Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest? Are they going to like get on Yoko Taro's ass? Like, we need Year 3 now, bud. Sorry, no more just like selling to be collaboration stuff. Like we need that sequel. Let's get going. I mean, and like is that Tactics remaster that was like in the NVIDIA leak? Is that now scrapped? Is Final Fantasy 9 remake that everyone's like,
which
sure is happening?
Just sitting there done.
Is that?
To what I've heard?
If it's done, it's like, then what are you going to do about it? I mean, it's done, but and that one has that saved some things before. I mean, a whole film was done, and they're like, no, let's just scrap it. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, people are like, oh, is remake part remake part 3 is like remake part 3. Kingdom Hearts 4 and anything Dragon Quest is like this safe. It's
Very
safe.
Yeah.
Like,
couldn't be safer.
Like Final Fantasy 7 is like their biggest like thing from like money maker, not just the game, but like from merchandising standpoint. The thing is huge for them. It's a brand image thing. There's no way they like cut corners on like part 3. Like they're thinking long term with this thing. It's going to keep selling. It's going to be on multiple platforms someday. They're going to remaster it someday. Like, oh, here's like the Super HD remaster down the road or whatever. It's just going to like keep selling for them. That thing is like, people are like, oh, they're going to cut the budget in half for remake part 3. I'm like, you guys are insane. Like, no, that's probably already like locked in. They probably locked that shit in already. It's like that train left. It's gone. It's going. Kingdom Hearts, because of Disney, Disney will not allow them to cut corners on that either, because Disney has all the control on that deal. They're like, hell no, and it's huge. Kingdom Hearts is massive. It's like, no way. Like it has so much more sales potential after like 3 did so well. Dragon Quest, because like they care about how much it does in Japan, and it's like it's a national holiday over there for that game. So like is never gonna change.
That 3 HD has been taking a hell of a long time. Good lord.
But I mean, it's that's probably still safe. Like obviously too. And then I think Nier was one of their like biggest things too. In like 15 and Nier were like you can go back. Were like their last like massive sellers, and then obviously like they have like 14. It keeps going, but like that's locked in and loaded too. Although I do wonder if these things might change the tune about the monetization of that game. It already has a subscription, already has a cash shop. I'm very worried that there might be a future where they might even try and go even further with monetizing that game, but we'll see. But yeah, like what the question now becomes like, what actually is cut from this? And I'm very I feel like somebody's gonna go down the list of all the announced projects, all the teams, because they also said like the CBUs are being renamed. They're not gonna be called creative business units anymore. They're getting like a name change or something. I thought I read. What the hell is that? And like there's gonna be like an organization, like there's an organizational shift happening. They promoted some new people to that board that make like the important decisions. So yeah, there's I would be not very surprised in the next like fiscal year to see some like some shakeups in that company. And then what's still around? I mean, everything from the team Osno, but there are multiple studios, some of which aren't even part of Square Enix anymore. Right. So it's like, who knows what's really going to happen? But all we know is like all those games that came out in like 2022, this is like where this all led to. Like they just didn't really have a strong plan with a lot of these games, and they might not have cost a lot to develop, but they didn't sell anything, so like they didn't make them money back. So obviously
there's a lot of that. Yeah. That period it was ridiculous. Like there's a Square Enix game coming out like every other week. There's, Harvestella and all of that stuff. And
I remember.
And it's like there was no marketing push. There was no buzz for them. They were just these kind of like.
Yes.
Yeah, just Me Too kind of games. They're like even if like you had jumped, like we didn't even get them for review copies. Like a lot of outlets I was talking to were like, didn't even get those games. And if we had, I don't even know that many of them were even that strong for like anyone to have cared. It was just the weirdest like. It's almost a joke, but like they shuttered Tokyo RPG Factory. Yeah. Right? But the name of that studio shows the kind of mindset that those kind of games were being made under. It's like, we're just going to grind out a bunch of like half-baked games, and sure, there'll be a couple of people that connect to them, but so many of them were just like, this is another one. And I think that while, not knowing what was canceled, it definitely can make me nervous. Like, I think it's a good decision to focus in on what's going to be good and what's going to work, and not just put out a bunch of whatever. That's
true. I definitely agree with that. And also that in like the misfire of Forspoken, it just didn't meet sales expectations, and that game had a massive budget and development history, so that impacted some of this. And then the console exclusivity deals, especially for remake, and it being held back by that, it's definitely showing. But going forward, this is something I think like a few of us, like it makes sense to focus and double down on their strongest things, and the template is Capcom. That is literally what Capcom has been doing since like RE2 remake dropped. It's like starting with RE2 remake. It's like, here we go, and Resident Evil's in 7. Starting with 7, I think was first, right? Yeah. Whichever one was first, they started with that. Yeah, and they just did that. So it's like Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, now Dragon's Dogma has been brought into the fold, Street Fighter. Like these games are selling the best. They're like being reviewed the best. Like they're just like, Capcom is like it. And like people are like, where's Mega Man? They're like, well, maybe there's a reason why. Like it doesn't fit into that portfolio.
They have put out a Mega Man game, and they do have.
But that was before all this.
Games here and there. They have their Exoprimal.
But I think those are coming out now because they're like the biggest budgets are only for those games, and they're surefire. They know they're going to make a lot of money, and then they give like a little bit to those few smaller projects. They've been reined in though. Like I feel like Capcom had way more stuff coming up like a decade ago that wasn't like huge stuff. It was like all over the place. But like maybe for fans, they loved it because there's so many different games coming out from so many different like smaller franchises, and trying something new. But now it's like they really focus on those like big ones, and like they carry the weight. Like they won't risk those. Basically, they won't do something crazy with like Resident Evil. They're going to do something very safe and expected. So it's like RE9, next mainline remake, probably. Another remake. There's probably at least 2 remakes, and RE5 and Code Veronica are probably both underway in remake versions right now. And Resident Evil 9 is probably under
this Resident Evil thing for free for some reason.
Oh, that's those things. I think
we're gonna get a Resident Evil Twisted Metal here soon.
Those things. Yeah, they need to like. That's their one thing where they're like misfiring. It's like they really need to stop with that. Like, I don't know what's going on with their insistence on chasing that, but it feels like that's like their one big. What do you get? Wait, what is this move you're doing? Like, stop. Like, just give us what we want. If you're gonna take especially multiplayer Resident Evil, like, please just give us what everyone's asking for. Yeah, just give us Outbreak. Like, you're already doing it with remaking these new Resident Evils. Why don't you just spend the budget and make Outbreak? It's like, what? Like, what are they doing?
God, if Outbreak came out a while ago too, they could have tied it into like each release. So you can just have your ongoing Resident Evil multiplayer game, and every time a new one comes out, you have like, oh, here's your tie-in to the new one, new map,
Such a
new
good
season.
idea.
Yeah, it's insane.
Exactly. But I mean, I hope this allows some focus. I hope this can lead, because honestly, like reality check, Final Fantasy needs to get back to being like commanding respect, not just like in the critical sense, but like in the sales sense. I mean, because like it's honestly the narrative right now is that like it's falling off despite these fantastic, the remake entries, despite 16. Like they got to do something, and like the potential's there. Like I don't buy into like these are dead. These franchises are on the way out. They're dead. They're for like they're not resonating with younger people. That there's always a way to like do that.
Yeah.
They're not finding that like the way to do that. But honestly, I think
Just get
they
some
might
K-pop
want to
and they were good.
like look at a little bit like what you're like, Kingdom Hearts. It's like Kingdom Hearts has a little bit broader appeal. Like maybe I know
Disney is
it's like
all-powerful.
it's Disney. It's like, but you can glean some stuff off from that as well. It's like, well, why? I mean, why do people like the Disney stuff? Like, or why do they like collaborations? Like, the most successful games right now, what are they doing? Oh, they all do collaborations, or they work in like, these elements like that. And Final Fantasy does collaborations all the damn time. So it's like, maybe it's time to like go, like consider something like that, or just don't be ashamed. Look at what the competition is doing and doing well, and just start by iterating on that and then working in your own unique ideas, like whatever that is. Yeah. I mean,
Or
and also
maybe it's time to just say goodbye to the numbers on Final Fantasies.
That I was literally just about to say that, Blood. Maybe it's time for like a brand, an image makeover Final Fantasy, and start over, just calling the next one Final Fantasy. And
I don't know
just
about
stop.
that, but find a name that's
or in a
matters,
like a subtitle or something. Yeah, like ditch the numbers.
Stranger
but like
Paradise.
that was it. Final Fantasy Origins, Stranger of Paradise. I mean. That game, I don't think that game had sales problems. I think it did pretty well, all things considering. So it's like, if that, can pull it off, I mean, it's like maybe you should, instead of calling it Final Fantasy 16, you call it Final Fantasy and then some cool subtitle, like you said. I don't know.
Yeah.
Zorgla in chat says call it Final Fantasy 1.
No. We don't need that.
But yeah, I mean, you could have, Final Fantasy Icons or Final Fantasy Valisthea or something like that, something that's going to be unique to that game in a way that kind of, maybe you don't necessarily know what that means, but once, you see it, it's like, oh yeah, this ties everything together. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have very talented and creative people there, and it sounds like they are going to give more people shots to be, leave their mark on at least like Final Fantasy, and hopefully, they get some of those people in there and like whatever the next mainline one is going to be, to maybe shift away from, to like newer trends. But also, yeah, I feel like they have been doing mostly a good job, but there have also been a lot of like misfires, and it feels like financially with everything right now, with so many companies having like layoffs and shutdowns, like I've been kind of shocked that like Square Enix, like, has weathered this. Obviously, they have subsidiaries all across the world, so it's not just, in Japan where it's harder to fire people. It's like, you don't want to like see anything happen, or all those rumors about, well, maybe they're just like wanting to be bought out by someone. That's like, oh, please. I'm in the stance right now. Like, I hate mergers right now. I hate things like joining up unless like thing is about to die and you need to scoop them up, or else they'll just like cease being. Like, stop with these acquisitions and mergers and shit. Like, we need a break from this stuff.
Yep. Also this week, we finally have a date for the Xbox Summer Showcase that is happening Sunday, June 9th, 10 a.m.
Usual spot.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I was already, because I was trying to figure out the schedule, and I was like already trying to like, okay, it's probably going to be here, so I'm not going to book anything during that time.
Hellblade 2. It'll be there.
Wait, no, Hellblade 2 will be out before that.
It'll still be there.
I don't think so, but we'll
They'll be
see.
like, please play it.
Blood's like, no.
But like last year, like what they did with Starfield, they're doing a deep dive, and the teaser image, basically looks like a thing that's already been pulled out of Call of Duty.
And I
Cerberus
am
logo.
not excited.
Yeah. Like I understand the business reasons for doing
Wait, I missed
that.
it. What?
Yes.
So like Starfield did the 1 hour after last year.
Yeah.
There's another game doing a 1 hour after,
Oh,
but they're
okay.
doing redacted,
Got it.
which fits like a Black Ops thing, anyways, right?
Okay. Got it.
And there's an image that's like in COD already.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. The data miners have already found like a very
Got it.
similar image to that. So
Old
Yeah.
reliable.
it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, Starfield, you have so many things to go over and explain. Like it makes sense to go for a full hour on that.
Seems
Call
like
of Duty, I mean, there's a lot of elements to Call of Duty, but I think most of the people already are familiar with them.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm hoping they lean into this Fallout hype and we get some kind of Fallout news. Because, like, also in the show, if you call a phone number from a thing, they, like, say it's like a whole roundabout thing, but there's a date in November that, like, it's a specific date in November. Like, what is that teasing?
Knowing them and everything, though, minimum 2 years away.
Oh, for
Bare minimum.
Although
That would be a gift if it was
in
2
a
years.
recent thing, he was like, we want things to come out faster.
there's
Like,
no
we don't want
way.
to wait either. And I'm
It's gonna
like,
be
okay, God.
so long.
Yeah.
Good time to get back into Starfield, though, with all these patches coming out. 60 frames and
yeah.
maps and vehicles. Sounds sick.
yeah.
I'm down. I might do
I don't know if
it.
it's time to get back into it so much as maybe
Starfield
time to
1.0,
start.
dude. Here we go.
Time to start. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
was
should have
like,
waited.
you just listed 3 very
Yeah.
basic things
Let's
that
go.
you should have.
Coming out of early access.
Very long early access.
Yeah, there's something else that was in there I was going to say, but this will be the first year that they've had Activision and Blizzard and all that mixed in. So
Wow,
it'll be very
on
interesting
consoles.
to see what.
Low hanging fruit. Your fruit of money. What is it? What is it? One Piece. Help me out, One Piecers. The demon fruit. The hell is that?
I
What
don't
it,
know.
the demon fruit, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Devil fruit?
devil
Or what is
fruit.
it?
Yeah, devil fruit. Yeah. WoW on consoles. Do it. Get paid.
Another sad shutdown. Kaoken Interactive, makers of Deliver Us the Moon and Deliver Us Mars, have sadly announced they have to basically let go of their entire team. Not that long ago, they'd actually like threw a list together, like, hey, this is usually secret, but here's everything that we're working on. If anyone wants to fund any of this stuff, please come over here. But they said, like, even after GDC, like, no substantial deals came out of it. So they've got no choice but to let everyone go right now. The studio heads, though, Kohn and Paul Dietman, do say they want to rebuild the studio brick by brick. And they're going to announce a Kickstarter for Deliver Us Home so they can complete that story.
That's cool.
So,
Get it on there.
yeah.
Anytime a Kickstarter is trying to finish a story, I am invested.
Play this. Hubert, Dreamcast game's getting remade.
Yeah, I had never played this one actually.
Rainbow Cotton, I don't know nothing
You
about
asked
it.
Don and I about this, and I this one I missed this
thing.
one.
This looks like episode 1 of Trash Babies. That witch game.
Did
Yeah,
this
Little Witch
game?
Girl.
Did this come out in America? It looks like such a Europe and Japan only Dreamcast
don't
game.
know.
Isn't
like EU and JP.
entry in like a series or something?
That
It's like-
flashing is hard to look at.
yeah.
It looks cool. It reminds me of what the hell did I just play? Yu Suzuki's Air Twister.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a similar. Yeah,
That's out next week, May 9th.
cool.
Play this one. Blight Survival.
Does this sound familiar? Yeah.
This is
this looks sick as hell.
Yeah, this is a 4-player co-op survival game.
Yeah, dude.
It's being published by Behavior Interactive, who did
Chivalry
who did
HD?
Dead by Daylight. So, like, just hearing those words, I was expecting something similar.
Does
to
this look as good as Deep Down though? What do you? Real question.
that. I think in
Deep
some
Down
ways it looks
cinematic
better.
trailer.
Probably looks better, right?
But what's interesting about this is it definitely feels like way more open, way more like you're exploring a world.
Yeah.
I
like the
Well, they made Meet Your Maker also, right?
awesome.
Behavior did,
Behavior?
but
Yeah.
I forget who the dev is. They're publishing it. They're not actually developing it.
I like how frantic this the animations are with this guy attacking these zombies, or
Yeah.
monsters. It's like frantic.
But yeah, so like this feels like more like a stealth game in a way. You know, like you do have the zombies come up, but there's like a lot, like especially as you get further in, there's like a lot more like crouching and sneaking by guys and trying to get dudes from behind. And then yeah, the co-op, we only see like one other player like very late in this trailer.
Is it an open world or a round based? What's going on?
That's what I
Survival
mean.
game,
It
so
feels
it's-
more like an open world, like
Okay.
exploration game.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how it's all gonna work.
It looks cool, Blood.
Yeah,
Really cool.
yeah. So we will see more. Mm-hmm. But
For
yeah.
some reason, it makes me think of
New area uncovered. So yeah, you're exploring a world for sure.
Nice.
For some reason, it makes me think of Sir/Madam, you are being hunted. Which no one but me on the planet Earth has played, but that was.
I
a
remember
cute
you
game.
talking about it.
Yeah, I don't think I played it, but I've definitely heard of it before. But yeah, I see here they're coming in on these guys with the torches.
Yo, Last of Us Part 2 right here, dude.
Yep.
Jeez.
Crouching,
Show for
getting
the
prone,
wolves.
everything, yeah. But it's gonna be, yeah. I'm curious how it works. I'm curious, like, whether are you building like a base like Valheim with people
That would probably be so loud crawling right there with all this armor.
with all that armor
Like,
in the water? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta
still
like
down.
turn off your mind a little bit there.
I'm so down for this though.
But looks cool.
It looks really sweet.
Huber,
Yo,
Assassin's Creed Mirage is coming to phones.
that's wild. How's that possible?
Yeah,
Is it the same game?
it's the same game.
That was so
June 6th,
Well,
coming to
They
the
put.
iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max.
I was gonna
and all
say
that, yeah.
they already put like Res Evil 4 and
And 8.
Village, and I tried one of those, and I mean, I think I showed you a little bit, Huber. Like it, it looked pretty good and runs pretty decently on there. So
Awesome.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
phones are beefier than like Steam Decks now, so it's
yeah.
Yeah,
like, you
True.
know,
I mean, those phones aren't cheap at all.
also true.
But it's also going to have cross save.
Cross.
So
Oh hell yes, nice.
yeah, so you need to have a stupid Ubisoft account, but then yeah, your save file will port over to the phone.
That's sweet.
Always
Take
be.
it to
And when
go
does
and-
cross save, you high marks.
Yeah.
$50.
Okay.
On phone,
Not getting any cheaper. Same thing with
$50?
It's not.
$50?
Oh yeah.
What if you already own it?
That's the thing.
Charles, no.
And then no marks for that.
Yeah. 50 demerits.
Hasbro is betting big on games. GamesIndustry.biz did an interview with them this week. They've got 4 games in development internally, including a D&D game, a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes game,
Yeah, the movie's coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like another one?
quote unquote
Well,
something spooky
there's
from
something
Skeleton Key,
coming. Yeah.
and Exodus, which is the one we saw at the Game Awards with Matthew McConaughey.
I'm surprised we haven't had a Barbie game or like a new Barbie game yet to capitalize on
Oh,
that.
sure.
Dude.
Like, where is that?
That's
Give me
Mattel,
Barbie
but yeah.
Horse Adventures right now, bro.
yeah, like a brand new Barbie game would sell.
Yeah.
Gabby and I would play it.
But, quote, Hasbro has a very deliberate plan with its internal studios and is willing to give them the time they need to get it right. Everything's going to stay in the oven as long as it needs to.
Let it cook.
We're not going to rush anything out.
I love
Save
that.
that. Save that quote, please, Blood.
Yeah.
So that, and within 18 months from now,
Receipts.
they're announcing layoffs or
Yes,
something. Yeah,
yeah.
please.
Well, I mean,
They just
they're
did that, but
they're
yeah.
doing that currently. Yeah, Hasbro is
Yeah.
like trash. They're slashing like D&D
Oh.
and Magic, and everything's all crazy, and everything's just about like brand like integration stuff. It's Hasbro no bueno.
Damn.
But we'll have to see how these things turn out. But yeah, it said something like "not your daddy's GI Joe" or something really ridiculous like that.
Okay.
It's interesting they're doing that because the next, you said film project. I don't know if you know what it is, Huber.
Was it? It was G.I. Joe meets something, right?
It's G.I. Joe Transformers.
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
That's the next film. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a reminder that as of July 29th, the Microsoft Store on Xbox 360 is going to be shutting down.
Damn you, Nintendo.
Era, dude. Wow.
Why are you shutting down your servers, Nintendo?
You got to get those Xbox 360 games now if you want them.
Just watch one of the old Final Destinations, and they were playing on 360. No, it was in X-Men 3: The Last Stand, dude. The kid is playing. I don't know the game. It was blurry. I couldn't see. But that kid was playing
Crackdown?
360. No, it looked like Camino.
Elements of
Cameo.
Power.
It looked like Cameo, but I couldn't be sure. Yeah.
And then Huber, you teased us earlier. We got a teaser trailer for Batman Arkham Shadow. Yeah. Exclusive to MetaQuest 3.
Annoying. So annoying.
Annoying.
Why is
Yeah.
it annoying?
I don't have a MetaQuest 3, nor will I be purchasing a MetaQuest 3.
Sure.
Probably Ratcatcher's the villain.
Oh, with all the rats?
Yeah, it's
That's
not
the only thing you could glean from this.
like this.
This is a nothing trailer.
Yeah, call me skeptical is all shit, but you're using that Arkham name because it's popular.
Yep.
And I think they're
coming-
getting Roger Craig Smith back, right? It's like Arkham Origins continuation, maybe. It's just with how long ago Arkham Knight was, and then obviously the Suicide Squad, like that brand has just nosedived for me. So I am very skeptical.
Yeah, this is coming from Camouflage. It's
Exactly.
Not from
It's not
Rocksteady.
even Rocksteady, which I guess might be a good thing now. Like honestly, considering how Suicide Squad
Yeah, I
turned
think
out.
they have a good track record on
Yeah.
this stuff.
And I loved Arkham VR. I love it. It's a short little thing.
Yeah.
It's like an hour long, hour and a half. Really, really cool. But yeah, I'm skeptical now. They gotta regain my trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is time for Love and Respect.
Love and respect.
Respect.
And it'll be interesting too, because Arkham VR Blood, it was just like stationary shit.
Oh, Sure.
So if this is like a full-on Assassin's Creed VR where you're like actually running through as Batman, could be cool.
From Danny Bukowski. Love and Respect allies. Recently, Huber shared his 2024 completed list with the internet, and he is absolutely tearing through games.
Yeah, I am.
Meanwhile, I'm still trying to get through Rebirth, despite loving my time with it. My backlog is only getting more and more nuts in this year of the RPG, which just so happens to be my favorite genre. Which leads to my question. Based on your jobs, how much time, on average, does each ally spend playing video games per week? Curious to hear, separated for personal versus work time, if you can. I don't have any numbers, but...
Last year I took many months off from gaming, just wasn't feeling it, so I was watching a lot of movies and shows and whatnot. But this year I've probably put in like 5 hours a day when I'm on, 5 hours a day every day of my life. That's all I do. I love video games.
Yeah, definitely a few hours a day.
Yep.
I mean, I think I've already said like when for Rebirth, it was like 2 weeks straight of like
Yeah, you got
minimum
through that
12,
quick,
12 like minimum like 12 hours a day. I was like playing 10, 12 hours a day at least for that game. But I mean, I wanted to. So, I mean, it fluctuates. It can get really intense like that, or it's a little bit more laid back where it's like maybe 3 hours a day. But it adds up surprisingly. Like, it's not just like sitting down playing. Like, I've just like this past week, because I like to play my Switch in bed. Was going through my game library. I'm like, because I played through Mario Golf on the GB Game Boy Color collection because I never played through that before.
yeah.
Dude,
Thank
that's
you,
one of my
Rewind,
favorites.
dude. I like.
Oh
just,
my god, I love that game.
cheese my way to like such god tier stats. I was like, I got a hole in one on a par 4. I was like, what's up? Let's go. So fun to like be a god in like that game. But like Mario vs Donkey Kong, I didn't play that when it first was sent over to me really. And now I put in like I played like I'm in like the start of like the 4th world now, just playing a few levels. It's
That's
so
like a
quick.
perfect game for like a quick break.
Yeah.
too.
It's just like, hey, I just like it's a wind down kind of calm game, and it's like I love the opening CG on it too. Oh man, like Donkey Kong just sitting on the couch, like channel surfing, and he sees the ad for the toy, so he runs to the Mario toy store and like just breaks in and steals it, and then, so Mario's just like, and all the toads freak out and run. I'm like, fun stuff. Yeah.
I definitely go through phases though. Like I haven't played like really any games in like a week now. Since last week, because I've been watching like X-Men and other shit on TV and I was like way back in wrestling, so I definitely my whole life is
Dodgers games ain't short.
Dodgers. My whole life is just phases. I'm either like 10 out of 10 all in on movies and shows, or 10 out of 10 all in on games. It's one or the other.
Dude,
and it's just this always.
Yeah, I don't like, you don't like it to become a schedule, but you'll like Fortnite with the Last Airbender and Korra stuff, because you had like the pass only lasted for so long.
Yeah,
I was putting in like the cooldown was the worst part. So I couldn't just play every day because the quest.
You run out of quests, exactly.
You
You gotta
complete
wait.
the quest and say, come back in 3 days. Come back in 3 days. I'm like, I'm gonna forget. Damn it! I do like what they do though. You don't like literally miss out on anything. It's just until you like the next sets are just time gated.
Yeah.
And then once you complete the previous set, you can like you don't even complete the previous set. They're just there. So if you wait till like the last day of a pass, you can
Super friendly.
you could go through all of it. Now that I know that, I won't like stress out as much about every day, like how much time do I have left on that timer. Like, yeah they get you with that.
We should stream the Star Wars season, Damiani, please, because I didn't get to play Korra with you.
All right, I'll play some of that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But I'm definitely like more hyped for some of the possible collaborations in the future, because I didn't realize the amount of stuff they do in the map. I always thought it was just like, here's some skins, here's some stuff, but like the fact that they made like the best like bending game ever, because like it's like fire, like it felt so good, like all the elements using them. I'm like, dude, like you just made a better freaking like Avatar game.
They made a better freaking Avengers game than the actual Avengers. It was insane.
I was like, all right. I was like, okay, I'll come back for some other ones. Let's go.
Isla, any scheduling thoughts?
Warframe.
How many hours a day, Warframe?
As many as possible.
Have you missed some days since you've started, or is it an everyday thing?
I just got my 100 day bonus.
Nice.
That you don't lose your streak. I don't play it literally every day. I'd want to, but I've played 101 days of Warframe since I got hooked. I'm at like more than 300 hours now. If I had an iPhone, I'd be playing it right now probably. But I wouldn't be. I don't play games while I'm doing this show. But yeah, I play that a lot. And lately it's been like I'll play a game for work while thinking about Warframe, and then I'll play Warframe when I don't have to play a game for work. Yeah, but mostly Warframe.
Kitty.
I don't have a Gunblade yet, but I think I have stuff that's better than the Gunblades, but I don't know.
They have Gunblades in there?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they do.
Cool.
And they have one thing that like shoots out it's a gun that shoots out a glaive that like bounces around. So it's a gun blade, but the other way around.
Yeah.
Do they have a Buster Sword lookalike?
Probably. They have so many weapons, dude. Warframe is sick as shit, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean, my schedule always like it goes around like what I need to do for work, and so it's like especially now it's crazy now that like we're doing game stuff every week, because before like
I think that's why I'm like going through games faster, because I just like have to keep playing over this podcast, blood. So
yeah,
it's like,
because
all right, I'm
with
already
frame
like
traffic,
4
like,
hours
you'd be
in.
on like once every 4 weeks or 6 weeks or something, and so it's like, okay, I'd have my review and preview projects, but then I would just do whatever in between, and I was like every week I'm like not only looking at like what am I playing for this week, but what am I playing for the next couple of weeks?
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm like, oh, Harold Halibut I might have to like put aside because something I've been just sitting on my computer that I want to play and I need to play for next week. But like this year I've been trying to track games more of like not just stuff that I've beaten, because I realized was how much stuff that like I would start or whatever and then
Yeah,
not
just
finish. Like it helps me more to like try to keep track as many things as I played as possible. So like so far I've started and been playing like 34 games this year, and I've beaten like 13. So
Good numbers, bud.
with
Well
like
done.
Ultros and Pacific Drive, Pepper Grinder.
Count 'em, baby.
And then some things that I started last year, like Tears of the Kingdom in 16.
Of course.
I just finished in January.
Yeah. That was me with like Arkham Asylum. Was
Yeah.
the first game I beat technically this year. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
But then it's like, was it for fun or for work? And like, unless it's like something that came out last year, it's pretty much always for work. Cause like,
Yeah.
I kept playing another Crab's Treasure and Stellar Blade, and like I didn't have to, because we'd already covered them. But it's like, I'm very glad I finished another Crab's Treasure. It was great. But yeah, so it's like, Wednesday and Thursday not playing anything. That's not happening. But then evenings the rest of the week, like usually don't end up getting started until like 10 or 11 until like everything else is done between like work and groceries and all of that stuff. And then weekends kind of go back and forth, like a lot of errands and stuff happening and calling family and stuff. So some weekends I'll be playing games like most of the weekend. Other is it'd be pretty similar to my weekdays with like, okay, late Saturday night I get to start again. But yeah. So just when I can fit things in. From Jason Wojnar, I'm playing Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, entirely in Ukrainian,
Nice.
both voice and text. Fascinatingly, some of the factions still speak Russian in the dub, and I'm fairly certain some characters speak Surgic, a mixture of the two languages with really no defined rules.
Whoa.
Especially pre-2022, it would be very normal for me to speak in Ukrainian, and someone else would speak in Russian, and our conversation would not skip a beat. My question is, has anybody on the panel ever played a game in another language as a way to practice and not just for immersion? I also played Resident Evil Remake in Spanish, and it really helped me improve my vocabulary,
Cool.
even though it's just the text and subtitles.
Never for learning, just for entertainment.
Yeah, not for same, but that immersion, at least for part of it, definitely enjoy it.
I have books and that are meant for learning, but in Norwegian. And Sophia had her mom bring, last time she visited, a bunch of Goosebumps books in
nice.
Norwegian. So I'll try to read those
Cool.
in Norwegian.
Sick.
Yeah, förstår lite. But I haven't played a game in Norwegian. If there's a Norwegian game, I would try that though for sure. There's that.
There definitely are,
Rot
but I don't
or
know.
whatever. Or Rory. What was it called? Whatever.
Roki?
Roki. Yeah. I don't know. Who's to say?
Nice. Yeah, I mean, really, the closest thing for me is just import games. I would try to read as much as I could, especially back in the day when I was importing a lot more. Now it's like our schedule has gotten to be a lot more worldwide releases. So
Totally.
it's not as something. It's weird. It's like it's not as something that I need to do as much, but it's also not something that's as convenient in a way, or maybe in some ways it's more convenient because it's like you just get an account on another machine. But it's like I don't even know like if I were going to buy something import now, like where I would buy it from. It's like I guess I would just get Amazon Japan or something.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it's like we
Online.
had our specific little import shops that we would buy from.
I haven't been to that one store in a while where we always used to get our games early.
Yeah.
Spend a minute.
From Jean Ofta Jacobson. I'm not sure.
Probably Jakobsen.
Greetings.
Jacobson, probably. What is Baby Mario? The character of Baby Mario is introduced in Yoshi's Island, where it is explained that Baby Mario is Mario as a child. I now know this is a lie. When playing Mario Golf, it struck me. It should not be possible to have Baby Mario and Mario interacting in the same game.
Multiverse.
So,
Yep.
I've delved deeper than any person should into the potential nature of Baby Mario.
I'll do you one better. Why is Baby Mario?
And
Why is Baby Mario?
I might be silently dealt with by the Nintendo ninjas as I uncover the truth. My research has until now yielded these 6 potential explanations for the existence of Baby Mario. And my question is, which one of these is the most likely to be true? So you're going to pay attention. We got
All right,
6 options
Damiani.
here.
Timeline,
All
man.
right.
Let's go.
Number 1,
Yeah.
Baby Mario is the child of Mario. Does Mario
Okay.
know? And if yes, why is he not paying child support? I don't know if we know enough about Mario's bill payments, but anyway, he's got to collect a lot of coins out there. Why is this child allowed to drive a cart unsupervised? Does child services even exist in the Mushroom Kingdom? And if so, have they been compromised by the royal family? So option 1,
Option 1.
Baby
Mario's
Mario.
kid.
Insane.
Okay.
is the child of Mario.
Mario's kid. All right. All right.
Junior, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Option 2, Baby Mario is a cosplaying Mario fan. If this is the case, would the individual Baby Mario be liable for identity theft or perhaps stalking? Or should it be considered theft of intellectual property? And why has he not been assassinated by the Nintendo ninjas?
I'm sticking with 1 for now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 3, Baby Mario is a clone of Mario.
Here we go.
Who made
All right.
the Baby Mario clone and why?
Here we go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
All
This is what I'm
right.
into.
Is it for future proofing in case Mario dies or grows too old? Is our Mario now even the original Mario?
Okay, here we go.
Could we be
Yes.
dealing with an organ harvesting scheme? Is Mario cloning himself and using the clones to keep himself from aging?
Those are the lives.
You get a lot of extra
Yeah.
lives.
I like it. I'm going with that one for now.
Yeah, that's the one-up mushroom
Yeah.
tech. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with clone.
That's a pretty good one.
Yep.
Option 4.
All right.
Baby Mario is a fictional character within the Mushroom Kingdom itself. Baby Mario is a fictional character within Mushroom Kingdom and should not be considered canon member of the Mushroom Kingdom. But if true, how are Mario and Baby Mario playing golf with each other in the same realm of existence?
Yeah.
Essentially, is all of Mario Golf and all the other Mario sports games just a fictional thing within the
Yeah,
universe?
I don't like
I don't like
this.
it.
This is the worst
I
one
like
yet.
the clone.
Yeah.
I like the clone still.
Number 5, here it is, Seaver. Baby Mario is Mario from a different universe. This would make the Mario series and the Mushroom Kingdom into yet another multiverse situation. This would perhaps explain the visual differences between Mario games and the look of Peach's castle, for instance. If the allies choose this, let them know this is the boring and safe option.
Let's go with the clone.
Yeah, I still like the clone.
Let's go with the clone.
Yeah.
I like clone
Yeah.
and abandoned child so far.
And option 6, last option,
I've abandoned my
Oh,
boy.
we're not done. We're not done.
time travel.
Time travel.
In Yoshi's Island, Mario went back in time to deal with Bowser before he grew up to become the big bad. What he didn't account for, however, is that people in the Mushroom Kingdom do not age. And as such, we now have 2 differently aged Marios in the same universe at the same time.
I think this one's closest to the actual reality.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad there wasn't a Baby Mario is just in Mario's head option.
It's
I
his
mean,
inner
that's
child.
the fictional
and,
character.
and everyone goes along with it for Mario. But
Mario's just tripping.
yeah, Mario really sees him, but no one else does.
I don't know. That sounds like option 4 to me, Damiani.
I think the
Not
clone.
quite.
The clone's my favorite.
Clone's still the best.
Yeah.
Because then we can get the Mario Wars.
Mario 128.
That's right.
Yeah. Clone.
All right.
Because if like really, Bowser should take Mario out, dude. And Mario knew this ahead of time. So he's like, what can I do? Because Bowser's going to kill me. Probably more than once. I'm going to fall in some lava. It's me against an entire army. What do? I clone myself.
Maybe that's something to one-up Mushroom. Mm-hmm. Get the DNA on it.
Yep.
becomes another Mario.
Yeah. Love it.
All right. Officially a clone.
All right.
It's canon now.
Cool.
It's time for bets. This week's bet, Crow Country, is out next week. If you're not familiar with that, that is a PS1 throwback survival horror game.
Gonna be sick.
Stoked about this.
Yup.
We all know that Huber likes his documents in
Love 'em.
survival
I
horror titles.
love them.
Love reading those documents.
Just not as many as Control.
Yeah, I was
Remedy,
just gonna say that.
scale it back just a little bit.
So, I am going to see how many words will be on the first document that we've come across. This could be a dossier, a
Great
report.
word. What is it? What is a dossier officially? What is that?
I mean, it's like a profile of a person,
Okay.
of a suspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it could be multiple things, but
Dossier.
generally that's what we're
A
talking about.
file containing detailed records on a particular person or subject.
Excellent. The dossier was in the attaché case.
Yes.
Jeez.
They have to legally be kept in an attaché case. Attaché case, yeah.
Could be a diary entry or a letter or something like that. Anything along those lines. What's not going to count is like some instruction manual page.
Yeah.
You know, they've got those. Like they've got like pages torn out of the instruction manual. They're stuck on the wall in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sign with directions, some other kind of tutorial message, something that's talking to the player instead of the characters.
Got it. Perfect. Perfect description.
So how many words will be in the first document? Michael Huber, the stealthy centipede.
I said 20?
20.
I don't know. I said 20.
Damiani, the pompous
34.
Cocker Spaniel, 34. Isla, wet hummingbird,
46.
46. Dawn, fashionable manatee.
27 on a nice little bottle drawing.
Ooh,
You want to show them?
nice.
Oh.
Gabby, the optimistic rat.
Ooh, 5 with a nice little crow drawing.
I love
5.
that. It'll be
Taking
like
that low.
it'll be like get out of here
Yeah,
or something.
for sure.
Yeah. I
Wait,
love that.
We forgot to ask if words written in blood on the wall would count. Because you said anything in universe. So if somebody wrote like "help me" on the wall,
No, that's not a
that's
document.
that's not a document.
Yeah.
Buildings are documents of a society on an archaeological record, you know.
And then as the effervescent hippopotamus, I went with 48.
Was that the high by 2?
That is the high.
You beat me by 2. You
two.
bastard!
What in the hell, dude? How do you do this?
You
every
squirrely little
time?
Game.
I didn't even think I was
What's
going that
cheating,
high.
dude?
I didn't think I was that. I thought
He's-
somebody
he-
was going to be out behind ahead of me for sure.
I wrote it right in front of Blood. He saw my
Yeah.
6, and he was
Yeah.
like, "I'll raise you by
I can't
2."
see anything right here.
Can't see out
Can't
there.
see out there. Seabiscuit VHS in the studio forever, right now.
Yes.
Last week's bet. Sea of Thieves came out this week on PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
Last week I asked how many viewers it would have on Twitch right before this week's podcast. I think last week was like 4.1 thousand or something like that.
Yeah.
Huber, you bet that there would be 11,000.
That's too many. What the hell was I thinking?
Damiani said 7,000. Isla said 6.6 thousand. Dawn said 5.8 thousand. Gabby said 10,000. And I said 6.3 thousand.
Crowding me again, dude.
The answer, right before this podcast started, 10.1.
Gabby, dude.
Gabby.
Oh.
Gabby.
Wow.
Get up there, get ready to make a sound.
Gabby's on a streak.
That puts
She's
our
coming.
top 2 scores to Stealthy Centipede with 6. And Effervescent Hippopotamus with 4. And Gabby coming up, Optimistic Rat with 3.
Jeez.
Let me tell you about patreon.com/easyallies. That's how all this is done, baby.
I enjoyed that.
We need your support to put this stuff together. To keep everything. I've got to pay for fridge repairs this week.
Yeah.
Our fridge
Our
went
fridge
out.
died.
Fridge
Yeah,
is
just
dead.
little things like that. Things happen, you know.
After years of leaking water onto the floor, it finally
yeah,
bit it.
it's a simple fridge. It does that.
I'm a simple Fred.
I don't think Indiana Jones could hide in our fridge during
No.
a nuclear
No,
blast.
it's not
he's
big
too
enough.
big.
Well, if you took the shelves out, no, I'd still.
The Harrison Ford ain't fitting in that tiny little bugger.
No. Yeah. So help us to pay for everything, to keep this stuff happening. Help us to keep food in the fridge as well, food in our own fridges. And you can do that by becoming a patron. For some reason, if Patreon does not work for you, you can also support us by giving a Twitch sub, or we've got that one-time donation link that's down there below the Twitch player or in the YouTube description. So thank you for people that have been dropping in and doing that. But Patreon is the most effective way to support us. At $5, you get this podcast 2 days early and ad-free, and you get 2 bonus Love and Respect questions. You get to submit to Love and Respect, so check that out at the beginning of the week. I put up that post for everyone to put their questions in, as well as the games and fun things like that. Get in there, and as I said, the top 10s, get in our Discord to talk with other people and vote in those top 10s and share food pictures and talk about comics and sports and games and whatever else. At $10, you can get in our contributor tier to submit to Community Showcase and our stream team voting. And then $25 and up are our producer tiers. $100 is the golden voice. You can get Brandon Jones to read something for you. And Bradley Spees, since this tier has opened, has been submitting these basically romance novels from Guild Wars 2. These little snippets for month after month after month. And he's submitted the last one. Jones is going to complete that series this month. And it's been great to listen to every month. And I don't know if we'll get some kind of supercut or something out of Jones.
Yeah.
We did put some teaser out there a while back, but it has been a fun time. And then our platinum producers, you get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. And this month's shout outs go to Javawabs, El Thanis, and Forever Ender. Shout out.
Wow.
Shout out.
All right, some promotion stuff real quick. We did a Demon Slayer group stream on Tuesday.
Sweep the board.
Yeah, it's basically Mario Party with fighting demons.
Yep.
With special guest Omar de Armas.
Yeah.
Yes, Omar's in there. Check that out. Next week, we're doing like a double feature. We're playing Surmount, the like co-op rock climbing game, as well as we're gonna slap each other. We're gonna play the Rose and Camellia collection on
Oh, yeah,
Switch
nice.
with Joy-Con motion control.
Can I get like a drop in before as well?
Sure. We did that this week. We dropped in some
Dropping
Extreme
in.
G
Yeah.
for half an hour before the group stream, so that was fun.
Dropping in, dude. Lightsabers. Back.
Oh,
They're back.
yeah. Some Fortnite.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. It's looking like probably May 14th. I'm going to do a little meetup in Warsaw. I'm going to be in Poland for a few days. So keep a lookout on my Twitter for updates. But I'm guessing it's going to be like 7:30 at night at this bar called Chaos, H40S, as long as they're actually open that night. And I think that's what's going to happen. Hopefully I'm not too tired and jet lagged.
You will be.
But, too tired and jet lagged. So, yeah. I will be tired and jet lagged, but just hopefully it's not too extreme.
I get it. It took me a second to understand what the heck you were saying. But
But, I'm going to be visiting a few different people while I'm there, but hoping to meet up with some fans as well.
sweet.
And then Don's got some cool stuff in the works. We talked about the Jaws pinball. There's some other things happening there. Keep your eyes open for the Don
Keep those eyes.
videos.
Is that real bloody eye?
All right, Gabby, you got that bet. So get up here. You get to shout out anything or anyone that's on your mind. You get the final word, and you get to sign off with your trademark sign off.
Instead of a shout out, I'm gonna do a plug for the Trash Babies Batman cut down that I did that's on Instagram
Nice.
and TikTok. Please go watch it. I think it's pretty funny. And the episode's really funny, so what?
Good.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Final word. Fuck the shareholders. And oh wait, my sign off. Hold on, my sign off. I wrote it down because it's really long. Okay.
Good.
Is there anything else I have to do before we sign off?
No, that's it.
Okay. Nothing is true, everything is permitted. Get the dream egg from the Moogle Chocobo Carnival to unlock the Master Assassin's robes for Noctis.
Just get some K-pop and they were good.